Hello there. This is a new alternative story on the people. I hope you like it. You'll like it. Subscribe to the channel. Part 1. It hasn't been that long since the war. Naruto Uzumaki, the hero of the Hidden Leaf, and the one who was called the Child of Prophecy, was able to bring back his old friend and teammate. Sasuke managed to get Uchiha back, but in the last battle with him, he lost his right arm. Sasuke was imprisoned and soon released as the last representative of the great Uchiha clan. Uchiha did not want to restore his hand. In memory of the past, in which he made many mistakes, Uchiha realized that war and bloodshed can't change anything. And to change the world, you need to change yourself. No hands, something like a punishment. After all, with the same hand, he killed and destroyed everyone who stood in his way. But Uzumaki was less lucky. Of course, the absence of a hand was not a minus for him. But thanks to Tsunade Shinju, or the fifth hokage, his arm was restored from her grandfather's cells. The legendary Hashiram Shinju is the first hokage with unique skills in combat with his element of wood. We can say that he is a distant relative of Naruto. Tsunade dreamed of leaving the post of Hokage and handing over the post of Kakashi Hatake, a copying ninja. A student of the fourth Hokage and a high-level Junin, one of the geniuses of his generation, or Naruto. The hero of the shinobi world, who defeated Uchiha Madara. Unfortunately, he lost many people and loved ones in the war. Niji Hyuga, who protected Hinata from the explosion, taking everything on himself. Obito, who protected Naruto from Madara's hands, also giving him his eyes, as well as her. He was afraid to remember that fateful day when he lay in front of Tentail and Madara, trying to get up. Wounded, exhausted, spitting blood, and breathing heavily. He watched the spears of wood flying at him. He knew he was going to die, and was about to accept death, until she was standing in front of him, taking olive lance in her body. And she smiled at him, drowning in blood and tears. Even when she was dying, she tried to calm him down, and said that she loved him very much, with all her heart and soul. After her death, he thought a lot. Who knew, Imana Kano, a charming girl who always had fans, defended the one she loved and believed. At the cost of her life. Many people believed and still believe in him. But not like her. Of course, mutual sympathy began from the moment they started taking the Chunin exam. She never saw him as an idiot and a buffoon, but he didn't see her as a bitch and arrogant. They looked into each other's soul. A few months later, he now understood the victim. For the sake of a loved one, he did everything he could. But I lost my way. After the war, he changed his view of the world. The world is ugly and caring, as it seems at first glance. The battle between good and evil will always be and will never end. It is impossible to dispel this circle. A war can start just because of one word or because of 1,000 deaths. Each country had its own benefit, and many were hiding behind only one reason. Peace and freedom. Naruto understood the horror of war, and that war gives nothing in return, except pain and suffering. Itachi was right, Nagato was right, and even Madara was right. Perhaps, thanks to Madara and Akatsuka, there will be no more wars. And there will be only harmony and peace among the great countries. As he walked along the main street, he watched the adults nod to him as a sign of respect. The girls cast amorous glances, and the children looked at him admiringly. As his idol, he became something more than a hero. He became the guardian angel of silence in all countries. And now thousands of people respected and feared him. With slow steps, he approached the Hokage residence. Anbu was told something like about a serious conversation, and had to leave his business. When he got to Hokage's door, he knocked for the first time in many years. "Come in," he heard outside the door. When he entered the office, he saw a lot of documents on the table and the fifth Hokage, which slowly died from this red tape. "Naruto, glad you're here." Finally, Tsunade looked up from the paper and looked at him, smiling. "What happened, Hokage-sama?" Tsunade shivered. For the first time in a long time, he addressed her differently. Usually he was always smiling and cheerful when he visited her. But after the war, he became somehow different, or something. Of course, after the war, and seeing a lot of deaths, it's crazy. But definitely not with Naruto, with his life concepts. "I decided that you deserve the title of Junin, and a contender for the role of Hokage, after Kakashi. The elders and clan heads approved of my decision. The civic council, especially since they only spelled out your name." "No." "What?" Tsunade asked in surprise. "It's your dream. You have been going to this goal for a long time, and you give up." "It was a dream, but not a goal. I only want to protect the peace for which so many people have died. And protect your home from the shadows." "Naruto, I understand, but they can't be returned. You know, that's why I do what I want. I will protect Konoha from the shadows." Turning around, he left the office, leaving Tsunade in thought. The woman didn't understand why he just refused. Apparently, something strongly influenced him. And most likely this war. He had a hard time surviving the death of many friends. The same Niji, whom Naruto was able to change, died defending the one he hated 5 years ago, and was able to gain freedom. While in the arms of his comrade. Yamanaka Ino, who unexpectedly for everyone and for her own team, closed Naruto with herself. Shika Kunara and Naichi Yamanaka, Uchiha was killed. All of them died, but they sincerely believed in Naruto. Walking down the street, he recalled all the moments with her, how they ran in a Kuraman and even competed. How she encouraged him and helped him improve some abilities. As after defeating Pain, she almost nailed him on Mount Hokage. Because he's an idiot running alone. She was different from the others, but she was honest and told everything straight. Although he got hit on the head sometimes, but he enjoyed her gentle hugs and kisses. Even her laughter melted him. He knew her very well and was always ready to help and support her. Like her, the demon inside him was silent. He understood his vessel, because he had been with him since his birth. There were flowers in his hands, purple lilies. She didn't like them before, preferring orchids. But Naruto was still able to make her fall in love with lilies. He always said the flowers looked like her. And the smell is sweet and very delicate. As from her, many graves are located here. The graves of his parents, Asuma, grandfather of the third, Obichu Niji, as well as her. He loved to come to their grave and talk to each of them. But now especially with her. "Hello, ray of light," he said, sitting down under a tree in front of her grave. "You know, Mrs. Tsunade offered me the Hokage post. I know you wanted me to be him. But I refused. Why? Because I can't take it without you. I'm sorry. It seems that for many years I will wander the world, trying to find what you wanted." Flagbeak. Naruto, the blonde turned, laying her head on his shoulder. "You know, I have a wish. Well, what to expect from you? I want to find the most beautiful place in the world and live there. Just you and me." The blonde dreamily looked at the stars. "I will feed you with your favorite ramen, take care of your hair and clothes. I always keep my word to give you. And this is my ninja way." He was smiling brightly. And flashback. "In another world, we will see you, my love. I will definitely come to you and give you a big hug. I miss you day and night and remember you." He sat for a long time until sunset. It's time for him to go home. He didn't want to talk to anyone or meet anyone. But, unfortunately for him, it turned out to be the opposite. Naruto? His old friends and classmates were walking towards him. Uchiha Sasuke, Haruna Sakura, Inuzuka Kiba, and Ten Takahashi. "Hey, Naruto, let's go sit with us, chat," Kiba was talking too loudly. "Yes, we would just like to point out." "No," he interrupted Sakura, "there is no desire, maybe next time." Uchiha followed him sympathetically with his eyes. He saw this picture and was there. "I watched Uzumaki scream in despair and even wanted to give up. But for her sake, he was able to save everyone. The bond between them was special, and they loved each other more than anyone else." "He couldn't recover," Sakura said, hugging Sasuke's hand. "It's hard for him, a lot of people wanted to help him, but Naruto waved him off, saying that everything was fine with him. It's getting darker every day." After a while, he returned home. He did not consider himself a hero and a peacemaker. He was the shadow of the Hidden Leaf Village. Konoha's shadow, a hood and a mask that won't let anyone see his face. Hidden Blade and Katana is a new mysterious member of Angus the Hidden Leaf, who is nicknamed the Shadow Killer. The terror of many influential criminals and criminal gangs and organizations. Unknown to the world, a new personality that will destroy anyone. 2 years have passed since Naruto became the Shadow Killer. About a month ago, Kakashi Hatake became the 6th Hokage. Character Naruto has changed beyond recognition. If he used to be cheerful, kind and energetic, now he is a man with a cold heart. He made himself into a killing machine, without pity and without compassion. Those enemies who recognized him tried to escape, but you couldn't talk to him, and you couldn't even negotiate with him. But deep down, he was thinking about her. Constantly, remembering her in soul became warmer. But the nightmares didn't go away. Every time he holds her in his arms and watches her die. Naruto suffered from nightmares, as did those whose desires he ruined. If that ray of light and kindness remained in him, he showed only his demon friend inside him. He went on a mission alone. Basically, it is only the elimination of the small terrorist organizations. No enemy could hurt him or even hit him. Everyone who tried to do it went through it. But he showed the fallen enemies respect. Not a ritual, of course. Those who could not close their eyes before death, he closed himself. Having said only 3 words to the dead bodies, rest in peace. Perhaps this is unnecessary. But these enemies are also people, just like him. And perhaps they are not robbing because of the good life. Many countries lost a lot of resources after the war. And many had a hard time. Because of the war, many innocent people are suffering, who are not to blame for anything. The same Sasuke. Periodically they saw each other and talked a little. Uchiha did not mention the war. Especially in front of him. Sasuke understood his friend like no one else. To lose the one for whom you were ready to go against the whole world. For which you are ready to move mountains and give her stars. Sakura, as her best friend, also suffered. But Sasuke comforted her, calmed her down. But no one helped Uzumaki himself. The day of death is October 10th, on that fateful day for him, the day of the death of his parents and her, as well as his birthday. Naruto decided to distance himself even further from everyone. The same Shikamaru could not understand where Uzumaki had disappeared. Of course, there were suggestions that the student would follow the path of the teacher and eventually become a traveler. He has received the Shroud of Sannin, and now he is also a sage. Kakashi himself was looking at the dossier of the Shadow Killer. He, like no one else, had heard of him, a real killer. You wouldn't wish an opponent like him even on your enemy. Clearly. So you're a Shadow Killer now? Kakashi asks. Of course I'm surprised, Naruto. So you know. Of course, you are the only person who has 2 Sharingans. And it's not an easy task to hit you. Kakashi answers. That's just why you need it. You've been trying hard to be like Minato-sensei for a long time. Become a Hokage. I was naive, I believed that I would bring peace and be able to get rid of hatred. But, unfortunately, hatred is a part of our life, and there is no getting rid of it. I'm going to send Sasuke on a long-term mission. Temple's Kaguya has not yet been investigated. It's not worth it, Naruto answers, walking up to the window. Sasuke lives a quiet life with Sakura. He should take care of his clan, and I will go on a mission. And how do you intend to move between dimensions? To whom and I am used to teleporting to other dimensions, given that I have both eyes, I can use the power of Sharingan to the fullest. And you've changed a lot, Naruto. Without giving him an answer, Kakashi continued. For the sake of achieving peace, you have exterminated many people. Both good and bad. Do you know what they were doing, sensei? Yes, Kakashi nodded to him, and, pulling out a folder, put it on the table. You killed Shiaba Tatsu. We know that he is a bribe taker, killed the protesters. But do you know why he killed them? There was no answer, because people tried to take away his harvest. Shiabu was engaged in selling crops to rebuild the village, rebuild everything anew. Your task was only to bring him here, but not to kill him. I know, and I know why I killed him, Uzumaki answers, approaching the window. I saw something I didn't want to see. And what did you see? Uzumaki, activating the Sharingan, looked into Kakashi's eyes. The 6th saw Naruto overtake Shiaba Tatsu. He begs for mercy, but Uzumaki pierces his throat, squatting down, closes his eyes. Why would he show it? He didn't know, but followed Uzumaki, who was walking towards a small shed. And when he saw it, he couldn't believe his eyes. Now you believe me. Now I understand why you were talking, Kakashi answers, coming to his senses. He tore up poor children for organs. And that's why he deserved to die. You believe only the cover of the book, you think that this is another novel. But there is something in this novel that none of us would like to see. Kakashi didn't have time to say anything, but Naruto had already left. After he left, Sasuke and Sakura stopped by to visit Sensei. Sakura. Kakashi-sensei, hello. Sasuke. Hello, 6th. Kakashi? And this is you, hello. The couple noticed Kakashi's blank stare, and he had never had that. It scared both of them. Sakura. Only Naruto is missing, right Sasuke? By the way, where is he? It's been 2 years since he's been gone. Doesn't live in the old house. There's generally an evil grandmother getting fat. Kakashi. Naruto left instead of you, Sasuke. He asked you to start reviving the clan. Naruto became an assassin. Sasuke and Sakura, what? Sakura? And who are they? Kakashi. In ancient usage, they were hidden assassins, and those who protected the world. These are ruthless killers who have no feelings. Naruto became like this, perhaps because of Niji's death. Sasuke. Sensei, I need to tell you. It's all because of death, but she died protecting Naruto with herself. She was his lover that he had lost. Kakashi? And he killed. Now I understand, Sasuke, you stay in Kano, and Naruto. I do not know how to help him. Sasuke, we'll figure something out Shinsei, don't worry. Rest at least, otherwise you look like a pale Orochimaru. Sasuke and Sakura left, leaving Hatake alone in the office. One thing was important to Kakashi, so that Naruto did not go the wrong way, like his old friend Obito. And Naruto had already fully packed his things at night and was about to leave, but his comrades stopped him. Naruto, what do you need? Sasuke, do you think I'm going to let you go, Dabi? Naruto, what do you care about me, Sasuke? Why did you get in my way? I have to go on a mission. Naruto went forward, but Sakura stood in front of him. Sakura, why do you need this? Naruto, why? I don't want to remember the past anymore, and I will be like my teacher. I have nothing to tell you. If you respect my choice, then leave me alone. He looked at everyone and activated the Mangeki on the last words. Sasuke. Well, no, you brought me back here, which means I won't let you go. At least one, how do you know you're going to survive? He was screaming with anger, he was angry at his friend, because now he has become like him before. Naruto, if I die, it's even better, I'll be able to meet her and hug her. Goodbye, Naruto disappeared in Kamuya. 3. Sakura. Stop Naruto, but Naruto has already disappeared. Sasuke-kun, do something. Sasuke. What do you think I can do? Even Rinnegan is not in force. I hope you come back, friend. According to Naruto. It's time to start traveling the world. Sorry, but I'm sorry I can't visit your grave now. It hurts me, it hurts without your smile, even when you want me to find someone who will be with me. I can't and I don't want to. All I need is you, and I want to see you. Hug and say that I love you very much. To be only with you, now I will do everything to go to you. I promise you that we will meet. You have my word, and Pop Naruto. After his departure for the journey, Kakashi gathered the village council, which included Tsunade, Shinju, Shikamaru Nara, Sakura Haruna, Sasuke Uchiha, and S.A. Tsunade, don't tell me Kakashi, I need to go rest. Kakashi, you hid the fact that Naruto was the assassin. Tsunade, what, he wasn't even in the Anbu. Kakashi, that's right, he got it. Elimination task from Konoha. At the moment, he fulfilled 478 jobs S grade, and has now gone on a journey across the world. After leaving Konoha. Tsunade. What? I only know this now, where were you looking? Kakashi. I approved of his decision, because I knew that there was no way to keep him. Tsunade, why did he leave? It was obvious she was concerned for the guy. Sasuke, you remember that Inui Monaka died in the war. Tsunade, stop. That is, everything was coming to her now. How she had seen them before, how it looked at its own with all its love. Konoha's favorite hero. Now she understood. They loved each other, and Naruto is very hard to experience the death of loved ones, as it was with his sensei. I see, and what should I do? Kakashi. Naruto said he would start searching for Kagaya's heritage and temples. I didn't keep him locked up. Shikamaru? Eno loved Naruto with all her heart and soul, and her death caused a huge hole in Naruto's heart. Now he has probably closed himself off from everyone, and does not want to have any more communication. You understand yourself, now there is no former Naruto, he, like Sasuke, has become a ruthless killer. I saw him once, but I didn't approach him. His gaze has nothing. Now we can hope that Naruto will not turn off the right path, since we all know what happened to Kakashi-sensei's friend. Kakashi. That's right, Obito lost Rin and went down a dark path to see her again. The Uchiha is a clan that love only once, and Naruto, though not an Uchiha, but also the same. We should support him, not leave him alone. I won't forgive myself if he dies anywhere and in any way. Naruto kept wandering through the changes and looking for Kagaya's lair. As it turned out, time passes faster there than in reality, and when he found her lair, he went inside and met one of Atsuki's members. Atsuki. I didn't think anyone else would come here looking at her statue, the stranger said. Naruto, who are you and what do you need? He pulled the katana. Atsuki. I am Hamura Atsutsuki, and this is my mother. And you have my brother's chakra in you. Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. Stop. You're the ancestor of the Hyuga clan. So you want to bring your mother back to our planet. Hamura. No, Naruto-kun. I was the one who helped my brother seal my mother, and now I just came to check on her. You know, it's hard for me to be without my mother, it's a big loss. And you probably also lost your beloved comrades, parents, teachers. These hoods and masks hide the pain that you don't show to anyone. And you have become a ruthless killer that all assassins are afraid of. They lived before us. My mother sometimes said that they were revolutionaries. They tried to stop the war, but in the end everyone died. And you're the last of them. Naruto, what do you mean by that? Hamura, that you can bring her back. Naruto, like. Hamura. For this. For. Hamura. To do this, you need to go back and save her. You know how. I'll give you all my power. Naruto. And how your strength will help me. Hamura. How? I died a long time ago, and in front of you is my spirit, like Hagurum's. I will give my power to you because I don't want you to bring back my mother and activate the eternal Tsukiyomi. You know it's a bad choice. My eyes have the ability to transport a person into the past, just like myself. But you only have one chance. You will stop the whole war. Do you agree to this? In this world, you will die forever and will not come back here. Naruto pondered everything. He really wants to return a teacher, a friend, and also his beloved. Now he understood Obita completely, because he did everything to see Rin. In response, he nodded. Hamura, your strength will be with you, and I will also give you my strength. My Saigon, you will be transported to the moment when you leave the village. Naruto, how did you know? Uzumaki was surprised. Hamura, I know how to look into the past, and now stretch out your hands, and get ready. Naruto held out his hands, and Hamura put his on top. Naruto first felt all of his power, and then his soul left his body along with Kurama in the past. Naruto's lifeless body fell to the ground, which received severe burns from the transfer. Hamura moved his body next to Kanohi and went to the afterlife. Pav Kakashi. I was sitting at my desk as usual, sorting through these damn papers. As I got tired, Naruto has been gone for about a month and a half, and I so wanted to give him a post. And go read my books and travel with Guy. Suddenly Anbu flew to me. Kakashi, what happened? Anbu. Hokage-sama, Naruto Uzumaki, he was found, you should see it. I shrugged my shoulders and went out to the Konoha gate. At first I thought he was back, but when I saw him, I couldn't believe my eyes. Kakashi, take her to the hospital, and call Sakura and Tsunade-sama. I went along with Anbu, who were carrying Naruto. Sakura and Tsunade herself came instantly. Tsunade, what happened? Where is he? I could see that she was worried, and Sakura was no less. I showed them the ward and went in with them. Tsunade and Sakura started treatment. Naruto looked terrible. Both hands are burned to the end, and the left hand is missing altogether. It looks like he met some Atsutsuki. But why did he go alone if he knew that they were many times stronger and stronger than him? Sakura started to give him a current discharge. Sakura? 1, 2, 3. But he didn't come to his senses. She repeated it many more times, but unsuccessfully. Tsunade started checking his heart, and his heart stopped. How? Sakura? Tsunade herself. Tsunade. No, Naruto, why? Why? For what? He died Kakashi and died a long time ago. Sakura? But maybe it's an artificial body. Tsunade. This is his Sakura chakra. There are no ninetails inside it. When extracted, the Jinchuriki will die. Tsunade in tears hit the wall, and Sakura and I just stood there. What have I done? I have sent a disciple to his death. What kind of Hokage am I? What did I do, Sensei? Jiraiya-sama, Keshina-sama, Obito, what did I do? I just left the ward. Why do all my loved ones die like this? Sakura flew out of the ward in tears and ran away. And Tsunade herself still stood in front of his body and treated him. She didn't believe that he's dead and tried to bring him back to life. Andy Kakashi. After a while, everyone stood in front of the grave of the hero of the world and Konoha. No one believed he was dead, especially Sasuke and Tsunade. For Sasuke, he was a sworn brother, and for Tsunade, as a native son, who always called her Bakken. Sasuke, why didn't you listen to me, Naruto? How? What are you for? Are you? His screams were stopped by Sakura. Sakura, please, Sasuke-kun, give him peace, he himself wanted to die and meet her. We do not have the right to return Naruto. Sasuke, are you kidding me? How can you be calm? My friend and brother died. Sakura, it's hard for me too, Sasuke-kun. Naruto was our friend and comrade. But we have to give him peace, because he would have suffered further anyway. And that's what you want. His wife's words pierced Yuchi's heart. Sasuke didn't answer and went home. Grave of Naruto stands next to the grave of another Monoko. And the inscription on it is Unpredictable Hero of the World. 5. Naruto opened his eyes and found himself in his old room. Going to the mirror, he saw himself as a 12-year-old boy. So, everything worked out. Naruto, Kurama. That's right, Naruto. We are in the past. Today you are going on a journey with Jiraiya, and you have to awaken the power of Hamura. Naruto. And what kind of power does he have? Kurama, Byakugan, and Saigon. Byakugan, you know, and Saigon has more possibilities, like Rinnegan, but only you can't influence attraction and repulsion. Resurrect. And you also have Mangeki Obito left. You're in this world, God. But don't reveal all the cards, I'll help you on your journey. And then change this rag on yourself. Immediately, there was a knock on the door, and Naruto was saved from grumbling by a friend. It was Jiraiya. Naruto restrained himself from hugging him. Jiraiya. So, little one, it's time to hit the road. Naruto? There is an old pervert, happily answered and closed the door. Jiraiya, how many times have I told you not to call me that? Naruto. Don't worry, old man, I'm just kidding. Then it will be necessary to change the image. Do you think the old man is a pervert? Jiraiya. I think so, but that's later. Now come on, everyone's waiting. Jiraiya slung him over his shoulder and dragged him to himself. Both ended up in front of the Konoha gate. There was a team of Inashikacho, Sakura, Tsunade, Kakashi. Sakura. Naruto, please help me get Sasuke-kun back. I miss him so much. Naruto, we will return it to Sakura, or rather, myself. Ino. So she grabbed his scruff. Eat right, train hard, don't mess around, got it. Naruto. Got it, give it to you, maybe you'll let me go to Earth. Ino let him go to the ground and look down, that is at him. Hugging tightly, both said goodbye to everyone. Both went far enough and made a halt 70 kilometers from Konoha. Naruto, the perverted hermit. Jiraiya, what do you want? Naruto, we have 3 years like this. Sannin nodded. Then I returned Uchiha to the village, by all means. And now I have to tell you something. Jiraiya. What exactly? Sannin looked at the blonde man and met Mangeki. Before he could say anything, he found himself in Genjutsu. Where am I? Who are you? What did you do with Naruto? Naruto, I'm going to show you all my memories, sensei. Jiraiya saw his birth, childhood, the academy, the Chunin exam, traveling with him, his death, meeting his parents. Destroying pain and helping Nagato, the war, how he lost his beloved, abandoning the role of Hokage, brutal murders, death. Moving into the past. Jiraiya, so you're from the future. Naruto? Exactly, I'm here to rescue all friends, you and Bud. I couldn't accept her death, sensei. As much as I wanted to die, I still wanted to be with her. I went to great lengths to get her back, even dying myself in that future. Promise me you won't tell anyone about my story and the deception. This is a gift from my father's student or Kakashi's friend. Jiraiya, I promise, so if you're already strong, then what are we going to do? Naruto, I will regain my assassin title and be dark. The country of Konoha, and so protected. And we will also remove the seal from Kurama, you know that we are friends with him. And I'll put a new seal that won't let him get out of me. Jiraiya, the assassins. Naruto. There were many of them, but they died while saving the world from war. I'm the last of them, and the Uzumaki clan are considered assassins. But in our clan, there was only a Shina Uzumaki, or my ancestor on my mother's side. Jiraiya digested the information, and Naruto, saying good night, went to bed. Now everything will change. 6. 3 years have passed since Naruto Uzumaki left the village to train. During this time, they managed to visit the Uzusha temple. Flashback. Jiraiya and Naruto were standing in front of the destroyed Uzusha. There is no village, only his remains and fragments. Naruto was horrified with the rest of the village, although he had heard from his mother about him, but had not seen him. Passing by the destroyed buildings, both reached the very top. A barrier formed in front of him. Naruto touched it, and a huge temple appeared in place of the barrier. Jiraiya, I'll wait here. Maybe the barrier won't let me through. Naruto went ahead and looked around. All he saw were assassins with a hood covering their heads. The face and hands have hidden blades with swords. He reached the middle, where there was a circle. Kurama, bite your finger and put it in the middle of the circle. Naruto did so, but suddenly rays flew from all the statues into this very circle, and Naruto was lifted up. The rays were now directed at him, and the body began to cover. Armor, a hidden blade, a chakra-conducting katana, and a mask appeared on the face, which can optionally cover the floor of the face. Like Optimus Prime, and his head was covered with a hood. The beam let him go down, and he was on one knee. Looking at himself, he saw that he was wearing a white and red armor. Kurama just fucked up from Naruto. Never seen this before. Naruto. I'm back, sensei. Jiraiya looked with such eyes as if he had met Rikuta Sinin. There was no example to his surprise, he could not even utter a single word. End flashback. If we talk about Naruto's strength, then he is much stronger than before the truce. He has fully mastered Tenseigan, Byakugan, and new powers. He can safely be called a silent killer. And if it's a sword fight, then he can easily fight against the Mist Swordsman. Of the elements, he has all 5 of them. Since Rikuta Sinin and Hamura gave him their power, the fire from his nine-tailed smoke. A friend. The wind awakened itself, and the rest is the power of the gods. In short, Naruto can safely fight with Pitakagi and even defeat them. He himself has grown up enough and has become a strong guy. Both slowly walked towards Kanohi. Jiraiya was very proud of the student, but he did not agree with what Naruto earned on the black market and was a killer. The gate stood the same Izuma and Kataka. Izuma, it's Katsu. Without a doubt, Jiraiya. Naruto? Naruto Uzumaki, glad to see you, Izuma and Katsu. Naruto's voice was calm, and it scared both Chunins. After all, he used to be cheerful, but they thought that he had become more mature. Sensei, check in with Hokage, I'll come to you soon. Jiraiya shrugged his shoulders and went on, while Naruto walked through the village and looked around. If they had despised and hated him before, now they felt fear. It's not every day you see a guy in an assassin's armor. Naruto. And Konoha has changed, even the face of the fifth was built on the mountain. Sakura. Naruto cut off the voice from below. Naruto. Sakura. Naruto went down and looked at the same Sakura. However, she was far below him. Sakura, wow, you're even taller than me. Naruto, I'm glad to see you. Sakura, what kind of armor is this? Firmware. Why don't you wear your old orange? Naruto. Merging with the environment gives more advantage. And the orange color is like a beacon and will allow the enemy to detect me. Sakura was surprised by them, because Naruto used to be a fool, but now he thinks differently. It's definitely Naruto. Perhaps time has influenced this. Immediately, a blonde with long bangs ran to Sakura, who closed her left eye. No. Sakura, why did you disappear? Imanaka looked at Naruto's side and couldn't believe her eyes. Naruto. Naruto? Glad to meet you, No, I am. He was cut off by the warmth and the smell of tender hair. He hadn't smelled it for a very long time. Ino clung to Naruto with all her strength, because 3 years of separation is madness for her. For all these years, she forgot about Uchiha and spit on him. Although she didn't love Naruto before, but after the separation, she realized that she had feelings for him. She just didn't understand it herself. Baka, it's been 3 years, and what is it? What kind of clothes are these? Naruto, you'll find out later, but now it's time to go to the residence. Hokage herself is probably waiting. Sensei was already there and we have to save him. To confirm, Tsunade shouted the word pervert at the whole Konoku. That's right, it's time to go. Eno, I'm with you, Pakutai. Eno climbed into his back and Naruto immediately rushed towards Konoha, carefully opening the door to him. Tsunade's fists were flying at him. Naruto restrained all of her power with one hand, without even investing the chakra. Naruto, before hitting, would see who goes Hokage herself. Tsunade. Naruto, my mother is a native of Haronimi. What's the matter with you? What kind of Hokage herself? Where's your grandma? Naruto, we are no longer little Hokage-sama. All people change. To Shinsei. He looked at Jiraiya, who was lying on the sofa, and raised his finger up. You're not fixable. Tsunade. Yamanaka, you've come to see Naruto off or for a task. Eno. I'm for company with him. Sorry, Tsunade-sama. Tsunade? Okay, today you have a strength test with Sakura. You two are up against Kakashi, and I want to see it now. Naruto sighed heavily and went to the training ground. When he got there, he met Sakura and Kakashi. One was sitting under a tree, and the other was reading his teacher's books on a tree. Naruto. He's incorrigible, he thought to himself. Everyone was wondering how strong Naruto was. Besides Jiraiya, he knew that Naruto was stronger than Kakashi. Tsunade. Hatake, fuck your leg. Get up, a piece of a vulgar book. Kakashi woke up and greeted Naruto. He was surprised by his clothes, but it was hidden behind the mask. Kakashi, you remember the bells, you both have to take her away from me. Naruto, Sakura, wait on the side. I'll fight with our Sincium. If you win, I will give you a new book of Shinsha. And if you lose, then I will burn all the series of his Pashlin books. We agree. Kakashi, if you're serious, come on. Naruto, let's dance. Naruto covered his face with a mask and put on a hood. At all times, he rushed at Kakashi and beat him. Kakashi couldn't even dodge. He immediately jumped away from Naruto and began to fold the seals. Kakashi. Kato the fireball. Naruto. Datong is a wall of mud. The fire rushed to the wall and did not break through it. Kakashi started folding the seals again. Kakashi. Suten is a water dragon. Naruto. Kato the fireball. Tsunade. But fire is weaker than water. To her surprise, the fireball passed through the water, and the water evaporated. Kakashi. Datong is a wall of mud. The wall kept the ball. Kakashi didn't know how to answer him, and activated the Mangeki. Naruto? Mangeki, not bad, sensei. Now you can also lose. Naruto scowl seal, futon blade wind. Kakashi didn't come up with anything in response, and used a substitute. Now he has all hope on Riker. Kakashi Riker. But Naruto grabbed his arm, twisting it, put a hidden blade to the throat. But it was only a clone. Now it became even more dangerous for him, because he realized that Naruto would be able to defeat him in close combat. A long-range attack is only Kato or he vanishes. Naruto. Can we stop thinking about Sensei's long-range attacks? Datong Earth Golems. 4 golems went to look for Hatake. They found him, and Kakashi came out in front of Naruto. After destroying his golems, he looked at Naruto with Mangeki. His last trump card is only Genjutsu. He looked into his eyes and applied Genjutsu. Naruto, don't rely on Genjutsu, it doesn't work for me. As I'm tired of this game, now let's be more serious. Let's my style. Naruto ran with a katana on Kakashi. Hatake fled with kunai, and both began the battle. Naruto was a Kinjutsu master and dominated the fight, dealing damage to his arm. He disappeared from his field of vision, and ended up behind him, putting a katana on his throat. He took the bells away from him. He threw one to Sakura. Naruto, you lost sensei, but it's not scary. You are a great ranged fighter. If you had trained in close combat, then I could have lost to you. Kakashi. This style of fighting, this is the style of the Wanbu killers. Naruto. Jiraiya taught me everything herself, no wonder. You deserve it. He gave him 3 pieces of the art of the Toad Hermit into his hands. Tsunade. Good and a great fight. I didn't think Kakashi would lose in a clean fight. Naruto, thank you for the praise, Hokage-sama. I hope the rest is given. After all, we didn't rest all the way to Konoha. Tsunade. Yes, of course, I will announce your arrival in the village, and read your entire file. Naruto, thank you, who will go to Vikaroka. Sakura, I have a case at the hospital. Kakashi, I'm going to read a book. Jiraiya, I'll be in the hot springs. Ino. It turns out that only I am left. Naruto, will you keep me company? He held out his hand to her. Ino blushed and looked away, but took his hand. The road was not very long, the couple talked about everything. Eno talked about how she became a Chunin, how the missions went. And Naruto didn't say anything like that, because he doesn't want to reveal all the cards and say that he is a killer of Nukanins. Or evil uncles. Imanaka felt the warmth that came from the blonde, and his smile. His smile made her melt. When he reached Ichiraku, Chiuchi shouted at the whole Kanaku that today he had ramen for free. Naruto. Thank you, Chiuchi-san. Chiuchi, how did you grow up, Naruto? I've become more mature and bolder, really, Ayami. Ayami. Yeah, he's really handsome. Probably all the girls are running after you, yes. But she clenched her fists, now Naruto is rolling up, and she is terribly jealous of Naruto. Naruto, I don't think I already have the one I dreamed of. Ino. I wonder who she is. Maybe Sakura or Hinata, the blonde thought. Ayami. Who is Naruto-kun? Naruto. It's then Ayami-san, my head hurts, and I'm also tired of the road. Chiuchi. Ayami, don't bother the young couple. Let Naruto have a good rest. He just arrived today, and respectfully first came to eat with us. Naruto and No blushed at the word couple. And then, both having eaten a portion of ramen, they left the eatery. Chiuchi was surprised by the blonde, but before he ran here every day, ate 10 bowls, and talked about everything. And now he's grown up. Naruto. Eno, let me show you a beautiful place for you. Do you agree? Eno. Well, all right. Naruto, then hold on. Naruto picked up a girl who didn't understand anything, and dragged her to the Hokage Mountains. For all their childhood, but there never. She wasn't. When they got there, both sat on the head of 4 Hokage. The view was really beautiful. Naruto. It's really beautiful. I've always been here all my childhood. I remember how the third one ran away when they were playing catch-up with him. At night I always sit here and look at our beautiful village and the sunset. Eno. You were playing catch-up with the third one. Naruto? Yes, he's the first one who treated me well, not like a demon Konoha or something. Eno? Naru, then I have to tell you something. It was now or never, she expected him to look at her questioningly. I love you. Naruto. And I have always loved you, Eno, and I will always love you. Naruto touched his lips to her lips and felt the old sweetness. All he needed was her. The kiss was long. When there was not enough air, the couple looked into each other's eyes. Ino noticed that no matter joyful blue color. And it was bothering her. "Eno, my dad is probably waiting for me." "Naruto, no problem, we'll be there now." They immediately found themselves in front of her house. She looked at Naruto with incomprehension, but he was scratching his head and smiling with all his teeth. "Naruto, as ordered, while Eno." Naruto kissed her on the cheek and disappeared into the noise, and Ino went home holding her cheek. Meanwhile, Tsunade Shinju, or the fifth Hokage Oshirivala, and next to her, the younger sister of her deceased boyfriend, covered her ears and curled up in a ball. And the great toad hermit received savory blows from her. "Tsunade. What the hell is Jiraiya?" That is, it was Naruto who killed everyone. And they called him the silent killer. That's what you made out of a guy. And I was wondering where this cheerful idiot was. And he traded him and made Naruto a ruthless killer. And he's an assassin too. My grandmother told me that they all died a long time ago. Jiraiya, it's really Tsuna. Naruto is a descendant of assassins, and he is the last of them. Like true Uzumaki, Tsunade, it is better to conceal this information. Naruto doesn't want anyone to know about this. He chose this path himself, and neither I nor you will be able to influence his decision. Let this mystery remain a mystery. Naruto won't forgive anyone if everyone finds out about it. Tsunade. Okay, you old pervert, I won't tell anyone. Can you imagine? Danza Shimura decided to give his man to our team. Jiraiya, it looks like he doesn't trust you or him. So, he decided to control its power on his own. Okay, Tsuna, it's time for me to write a new part of my book. Come on, old lady. Sanin ran away, leaving a torn-up Tsunade in the office, who once again screamed at the whole Konoha and broke a chair. And Naruto was sleeping in a sweet dream at home, as was Yamanaka, who had sweet dreams about this Uzumaki at home. 7. Naruto woke up at 8 in the morning. The first thing I decided to do was to buy food and a new house. On an empty stomach, he left the house and walked around the Konoha. He still didn't have those looks on him. Now he is dressed simply in a black t-shirt and black shorts. The first thing he did was go to the store and bought a lot of food. Having finished and paid, I returned home. Now we need to solve the issue with a new house. And to this it is necessary to hackage. Now he went to the residence and knocked. For the first time he knocked, hearing the word, "Come in," he calmly went into the office. Tsunade. And this is you, Naruto. What's the matter? I have a lot to do. Naruto. Hello, Hokage-sama. I'm dealing with a new house. You can look for me a house near the Yamanaka quarter. After all, there are good houses there, not like mine. Tsunade. Okay, wait a minute. Tsunade started looking at the papers and looking for the right one. Having found her, she was looking for a house near the Yamanaka quarter and found it. I found it. Nobody lived there, and it's new. Heating, electricity, hot water is provided. A total of 600,000 or 10,000 a month, as well as 25,000 for the service. And for my attention in the morning. Naruto. I immediately take 625,000 I give. Naruto printed out the required amount and put it on the table. We're even. Tsunade. It's a pleasure doing business with you, my friend. Now take the keys. Get out of my office, bitch. It's time for me to drink my divine sake. Naruto took the key to the house and left the joyful fifth alone with a bottle of sake. First of all, I decided to drag everything so as not to suffer, sealed them in a scroll, and took them to a new house. When he reached the house, he met a blonde man with green eyes in front of him. Naruto. Hello, Ineki-san. Ineki. My god. Naruto. Good to see you, man. Where are you coming from? Naruto. I'm moving, I just bought a house, as well as but. Ineki. Everything is fine. You'll call your friends with a housewarming party. Naruto. I didn't think about it, but if I call, there's not enough time. All workouts and workouts. Ineki. Yes, I heard it's a knife that you defeated Kakashi in a clean fight. It's true. Naruto. Well, training with Jiraiya and Shinji did not go in vain. That's it. Kakashi Shinji was unlucky in close combat, as I mainly trained in this direction. Perhaps he began to think a lot and lost his vigilance and reaction. Ineki. Oh, I see. Well, I have to go. Come on, Naruto. Naruto went on, and Ineki kept thinking that Naruto had changed a lot. Kurama. It's a good thing you didn't reveal your cards that you're a damn silent killer. Naruto, I'm not a fool to reveal my true strength to everyone. What happened yesterday is just a crumb of my Kurama power. Enough with the chatter, it's time for me to inspect my home. Kurama, bald monkey, a crumb of his strength, yes, you will lose to me, the great Cuban yoke. The most powerful being on earth. Naruto. Now you're going to be the most pathetic creature. A red flea-tailed invalid with 9 tails. Kurama. And you are a mistake of nature. Naruto. And then you're Rikuda's mistake. And then they both laughed and began to put things away. The house was in perfect condition and well equipped. A one-room house that has everything. Kitchen, bath, toilet, cabinets, refrigerator, stove, bed, cabinets. Naruto looks very cute, and now we need to put things and groceries in their places. We need to create a new credo for ourselves. I'll think about it later. Naruto finished with all the cases and pondered his new credo. Since he doesn't want to become a hokage, he decided to be the dark side of Konoha. Naruto. Exactly. I came up with it when others blindly follow the truth, remember. Nothing is true when others are limited by morality or the law, remember, everything is allowed, we act in darkness to serve ourselves. Nothing is true, everything is allowed. How's Kurama? Kurama. I do not know why you came up with such a credo, and this is out of place for me. But it sounds pathetic. If people laugh at these words, then I will laugh at you every day. A bald monkey. Naruto? And you tell me, why am I bald? Kurama. I'm not human, and I can't think like you pathetic human beings. Naruto, you're pathetic yourself. You've lived for more than 1,000 years and can't explain why I'm bald. But he's thinking about getting laid with Mitotob. Kurama, shut up, you idiot, what are you driving at? Naruto, here you are a pervert, and why am I surrounded by perverts? Then this old pervert, sensei is a pervert, you are a pervert, the fifth pervert. Kurama. Is she a pervert? Naruto. You should have seen her lustful look at Sake. She's probably ready to marry her, give birth to his children, drink her. Kurama. And sit on a bottle. And Naruto imagined this situation before his eyes. Ugh, asshole, how the fuck did you imagine that? Naruto, you said it yourself, he's a little pervert. Kurama. What kind of small one? Naruto. That is, I agree with the pervert. Kurama. Hyphen. Naruto? Clearly. Rest and you can think about your Mitotob. Or you prefer sun. Kurama growled at Naruto's whole head, and he mentally turned off the sound and decided to get down to business. Since he became the last of the assassins who have always saved the world from bloodshed, he will follow their example. He will wait for 4 wars and will stop himself killed with Madara. Now he needs the 5th to give him the task of eliminating the Nukanins. He will not go to Angu and will be on his team, but at night he will perform his duties as before. But we must not forget about our beloved. After all, you need to get everything out of your head, especially to be with her. 8. Naruto decided to go to Eno's to take a walk. But there was a setback, as she is on a mission with the team. Walking around Konoku, he met a 12-year-old brunette with his team. Grandson of the late Hiruzen Sarutobi, Konohamaru Sarutobi. Konohamaru? Naruto's brother, Sexy Jutsu. Naruto had his own created technique in front of him. A brunette with decent forms. Naruto. Konohamaru, I'll give you some advice. Don't use this technique in public. Most suitable when the distraction of the enemy. Konohamaru? But I can't, because you taught me this technique. Naruto. Which means you have to listen to me. If you behave yourself, I will teach you one technique. It's called Rasengan. Konohamaru, really, when? Naruto. When I have time, then I will teach you. I have to go. See you later. Naruto disappeared from the field of view of the Ginins and moved to the residence. When he got there, he met Guy's team and his Tsunade. And here's our Blondie. 10 team needs help. The Akatsuki have captured Kayakagi, and they are calling for reinforcements. Naruto. So they started the action. Tsunade. You don't have to go, Naruto. Naruto? Quite the opposite. I have a surprise for them from me. When we move out. Kakashi. In 10 minutes. Naruto disappeared into Shunshisha, and, having appeared at home, put on his equipment when he arrived at the gate of Konoha, where everyone was. The road to Suna was boring, as Naruto did not chatter as before. And the traffic police or everyone argued who had the spring of youth more. Many were intrigued by the fact that Naruto is very calm. Kakashi already understood, disappearing, masterful possession of a katana, hidden blades, a hood with a mask. This means that Naruto is a quiet killer. At Sakura and Responsible had their own conversations. And Niji was silent, as was Kakashi. Naruto walked ahead, studying the situation, and with his Shinshurika checked the environment. As a result, they reached Suna without obstacles and without problems. There they found out that Kankura had been poisoned, and Sakura, as the best medic, helped the nose with the removal of the poison. Naruto. What did Shikamaru learn? Shikamaru? They caught Gaara and kidnapped her, which means they started hunting for the tailed ones. And I can say for sure that Akatsuki is stronger than us, and it will be problematic to attack directly. Naruto. Attacking in a direct attack is pointless as it is. But if they suck out the biju, then it means it will be indoors. They will not seal into themselves, which means into something huge. The biju chakra is very big for someone. Shikamaru? Clearly. Where do these conclusions come from? Naruto? That's clear enough. The one-tailed chakra has the smallest, which means we have almost no time. Ino. Denaru, we're done with removing the poison. Naruto? Then it's time for us to go. Kakashi, I'm too lazy. Okay, let's go, but where? Naruto, trust me, I felt Gaara's chakra, so I know where to go. After them, whose grandmother went to the company, and she talked with Naruto about the future, and about the first date. Kakashi and Asuma were talking about her. When there was not much left to go there, two people blocked their way. One with the face of a shark, and the other guy is about 20 seconds old, with shoulder-length dark hair. Kakashi. Itachi Uchiha and Kisame Hashigaki. Swordsman of the Mist. Sakura? This is the man who ruined Naruto and Sasuke-kun's life. Itachi, you can't go any further. Kisame, take Gazen. You'll like him. Kisame. Well, okay, Samihata wants to eat and eat. He pulled out a huge sword with a mouth and attacked Guy's team. Kakashi, I'll take care of Itachi myself. He picked up the protector and showed Mangekisha. Sharingan. Itachi. Mangeki, Kato the fireball. A huge fireball was flying towards the Kanakovites. Kakashi. Suiton water wall. Kakashi reflected with water, but Naruto was still standing in place. And when the fog cleared, Itachi saw the Sharingan. Itachi Sharingan. Naruto. Kato the great fiery destruction. A huge wall of fire was coming at Itachi. Kisame. He puts a water reflection of your technique. Kisame used a huge stream of water and was able to repel the fire after all. After all, it is in this element master. Itachi couldn't believe where Naruto got the Sharingan from. Even his companions couldn't believe it. Itachi, where did you get the Sharingan from? Naruto? A gift from a friend who protected me by sacrificing himself. You're not Itachi Uchiha. If he was, he would have destroyed us right away, as well as his clan. Let's see, come on. Now, Naruto activated Mangeki and plunged Itachi into Genjutsu. I know your story, Itachi Uchiha. Itachi looked at his childhood, as he was given the task to destroy the Uchiha clan, except for his brother, escape. Illness, death at the hands of his brother, Editinsi. Itachi, who are you? How do you know everything? Naruto. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. These eyes are a gift from one person who controls you. He saved me and gave his eyes to me. Itachi, I'll give you my word that no one will know that you cut out the clan. But in return, you will be silent about mine. I won't save you from Sasuke's hands, because you chose this path yourself, and you want to. I understand you. I don't think we'll see each other soon. And now I'm going to destroy this Pababushka and Lisa. Itachi, where are you from? Naruto. I'm also a Jinchuriki and a good Itachi sensor. See you soon. Naruto released Itachi from Genjutsu and just killed two with a hidden blade. And Hakatsuki in an instant. Naruto, it's time for us to hit the road, let's go. Incomprehensible Kanakovites, and who's went after him. Kakashi was wondering where the guy got the Sharingan. He already understood that he was a killer and a silent killer. But he didn't understand about Sharingan, but they had the same pattern. Reaching the cave, Sakura hit the wall. But now she's rolling on the ground to numb the pain in her fist. Naruto? There is a power, but I have a coin. There is a seal here. Here you give Nagata such a weak seal. Naruto touched the seal and absorbed it with his eyes, and then hit the wall. A wall, and it's already destroyed. Pain? Silent killer, the last of the 12 assassins. Naruto? And you're the head of the Akatsuki. Pain is surprised that the owner of the Inigan put a very weak seal. Pain. You are late, but it's okay, there are only a couple of tailed and not. The world will be in eternal Tsukiyama. Naruto. We'll see about that. All the holograms disappeared. To Akatsuki managed to escape and left the lifeless corpse of Gaara, who's wanted to heal him, but she was stopped by Naruto's hand. Whose? I have to save him. Naruto, live some more, I'll do it myself. As the last of the 12 assassins, I will do it. Naruto began to pour into Gaara a piece of Shukaku's chakra, which remained with him and brought him back to life. After a while, Kaikaji Gaara woke up. He looked around and saw his friends from Konoha. Naruto, you made us worry. Gaara tried to get up, but Naruto's hand wouldn't let him get up. Take a rest, friend, you've just come to your senses. Gaara, Naruto, is that you? Naruto, are you still asking, my friend? Of course it's me, but how are you doing as Kaga? Gaara. It's okay, I'm getting a little tired. Naruto helped Gaara to get up, and everyone returned to Sunu. Now Konoha and Suna have completely strengthened the alliance, and the Kanakavites have returned to Konoha. 9. Back in Konoha, Naruto and No went on a date. Naruto has been waiting for this for a long time, although he could not bring her back, but he himself returned to the past. And now feels all her warmth. But he will not let her die, and might die himself. But he is ready for this, and later, he must leave a descendant for himself. Naruto, where are we going? No. And let's go for a walk. Naruto. By the way, can we go to my place later? I forgot to tell you that I moved. No. And let's go straight to you. Please, she made a pretty face, which is very difficult for him to refuse. Naruto, then let's go. The couple walked hand in hand to Naruto's new home. The house was small and was located near the Imanaka clan quarter. Naruto opened the door and let the girl through first. And then I went in myself. Ino began to look around. The house looked expensive, and then she started doing things she didn't have to. She was examining his closet. The first thing I saw was the assassin's armor and a red mask. And Naruto wore similar armor, except for armor. It had a self-created one on it. And but, Naru, it can't be. She remembered about the silent killer, and now it was clear to her. Hidden blades, masterful possession of a katana, red eyes. Naruto, I'm sorry, I'm an assassin, and I'm the silent killer. And but why? Why did you decide to do this? You have the same dream of becoming Hokage. Why Naru? Naruto, you see, I was just a child, and those words of mine, I will give you Hokage, it's just to attract attention. This is a false dream, and over time, I realized that I was naive. Therefore, I have become the dark side of Konoha, and will protect her from the shadows. Kakonbu Konohi. Eno, where did you get the Sharingan from? And even like Itachi Uchiha and Sasuke. After all, you're not an Uchiha. Naruto? A dying gift from a friend. Before the massacre of the Uchiha clan, he transplanted his eyes to me and died himself. Since he was suspected in some case, his name was Shisui Uchiha. Naruto deliberately lied and remembered from Itachi about his friend named Shisui. Ino, I'm sorry, I probably hurt your feelings, got sad, and lowered my head to the floor. Naruto just pulled her to him and wrapped her in his arms. He hugged her so tenderly, as if she was very fragile. But there is some truth in this. Ino is a fragile and very kind girl at heart, but she tries to hide it. Since now it is considered a weakness of a person, so it seems that Sasuke sneezed. She liked Sasuke as a cool genius guy from the best clan, popular, mysterious, very calm. And it was fashionable to love such a person. And Naruto liked him as a friend, because he was a good friend for her, a cheerful one who always smiles. But he's more mysterious than Sasuke himself. No one knew or heard of him. But for others, Uzumaki seemed to be a buffoon, a clown, a loser, a weakling, a jerk, an idiot. She was sure that it was just a mask on his face, which covers the pain inside. Over time, after Sasuke left, she cooled down to him and realized something else. She loves Naruto. Uzumaki is not in love, but loves. At first didn't believe it, but then began to blush with him. After all, he always supports everyone, treats well, helps those who have lost their way, without asking for anything in return. What now? She doesn't see that old Naruto Uzumaki. Now he is cold, calculating, smart, a good fighter in any position. He can be understood, because this is her influence on him in the future. After all, after her death, he went into the dark and became a killer and a ruthless killer. And now he's smiling, not the way he used to, but there's that old smile on his face that he doesn't show to many people. Naruto, it's okay, Eno. Sit at the table, I'll cook us something to eat. Eno, can you cook? Naruto, yes, sensei taught me on the journey. Naruto started cooking, namely his favorite meat in the oven. This is what he eats after training, in order for the body to recover. And Imanaka could smell the pleasant aroma from the food. When he finished cooking, he put it on the table, but Eno had already fallen asleep at the table. Naruto is just like a little girl. Naruto carefully picked her up and took her to his room, and laid her on his bed, not forgetting to cover her from above. And he went into the kitchen and fell asleep at the table. The next morning, Ino opened her eyes and saw a house she didn't know. To begin with, I looked around me, and then, looking out the window, I saw a familiar street. Getting out of bed, she went to the kitchen and saw Naruto. Sleeping Naruto, she remembered that she fell asleep at the table. And Naruto, then, put her on the bed. She liked that he was caring, but she didn't like that he was a guy. I slept at the table, and he could sleep next to me. After such thoughts, she turned very red, like a tomato, and, not noticing the bedside table from behind, began to fall back. She closed her eyes and waited for falls. But someone is holding her waist. Opening her eyes, she met Naruto's gaze. Naruto. Good morning. Eno? Kind, thank you Naru. Naruto put her on her feet and invited her to the table to eat. After breakfast, Ino went on training with the team, while not forgetting to stand on tiptoe and kiss Uzumaki. And Naruto decided to finish washing the dishes and practice himself. Arriving at his favorite Polygon 7, he met the team of Guy, Kirin, and Asuma. It turns out they trained together. Naruto decided to join and test his skills. After greeting everyone, he warmed up. Naruto. Gay-sensei, maybe sparring may experience you have typed. Chicken. You're sure Guy is the strongest in Kano. Few people could stand against him except Kakashi. Guy. Okay, Naruto-kun. I see the spring of youth is burning in you. Come on, stand up. Naruto. Asuma-sensei, give the go-ahead. He stood up in a stand. Asuma, get ready, and let's get started. Guy ran at Naruto with all speed. Naruto dodged his first punch and sent him flying with his fist. Guy got up and activated the gate, as he already realized that Uzumaki would be more difficult. His speed became even faster, and Naruto, because of his enormous physical strength and speed, simply humiliated the taijutsu master. Guy, the leaf vortex. Guy hit Naruto with all his might, but he put a block and was able to restrain his blow. Guy was very surprised, because no one could restrain this blow of his. Naruto fought purely in taijutsu. Now Guy has gone serious and activated Gate 6. Now Naruto has become more difficult against Guy, and he had to activate the Sharingan. Both were on a par, and Guy was tired of it all. Guy. Hirudera, the midday tiger. A huge tiger ran at Naruto. He was lucky that his friends moved away to a very decent distance. Naruto, Gudadami. Naruto, with the help of the Sage Mode of the 6 Ways, protected himself with the help of Gudadam, absorbed the technique of Guy. Naruto, now ninjutsu. Guy, I don't have it. I'm impressed that you were able to absorb my strongest technique. Naruto attacked Guy in taijutsu and both fought on equal terms. Guy stepped back and removed the weights. His last trump card is up his sleeve, and Naruto has saved him a Mangeki Sharingan. Although Naruto is very fast and strong, but now he was inferior to Guy. Techniques and Genjutsu cannot be used, and he did not want the Sage and Tenseigan mode. In the end, Guy won with 6 gates and no weights. Guy, you're a good fight, Naruto. The spring of youth is burning in you. Naruto? Thank you, Guy-sensei. Asuma. Where did you get the Sharingan from? Naruto? The last gift of a friend. It hurts to remember Asuma-sensei. I'm sorry. Asuma. Oh Lan, I'm sorry. Naruto, have a nice day to you all. I'm going to go somewhere. Naruto, saying goodbye, left and, walking along the road, dropped into Vikaroka. 10. A few days have passed, and there have been some changes. Nikisei joined Kakashi's team. An emotionless guy from the root of Angu. Danza Shimura, as well as Yamato, a Junin, and a former member of Angu root, who possesses the genome of the first Hokage Makoten, joined Team 7. And he's for insurance, since they don't know that Naruto and Kurama are best friends, and that he can enter tailed mode. They found out that Kabut Yakushi had a meeting with Ashuri, and decided to follow him to their lair. Now the Kanakovites were sitting in the bushes. Yamato. So, our task is to be quiet and careful. Do you understand? Naruto, Sakura, Sai is. So Kabuto came and met Sesui. The conversation was boring, as if he didn't say anything like that. But he hid a lot to Orochimaru. Then Kunai flies at him, and Sashuri saved Kabut. Kabuto, thank you for saving me Sashuri-sama. Sashuri, speak faster, I don't like to wait, where is Orochimaru? Orochimaru, I'm Sashuri here, how much time has passed, he said. Standing on a tree, not far from the bridge. Sashuri attacked Orochimaru, helped Esanen as if. As a result of the long minutes of the battle, the puppeteer lost and died from Kanzi's blows to the heart in the chest. 2 of them decided to go back, Sai followed them unnoticed by the 3 of them. Orochimaru felt the Carnavic chakra, but there was none. He didn't show it, since he and Danza are in agreement. Yamato. Where did Sai go? Sakura? Looks like he went after them. Traitor bitch, she broke a tree with a blow. Naruto. I can feel his chakra, and we can get to him. Follow me. Sakura and Yamato ran after Naruto. It seemed strange to Sakura. Naruto was very quiet and reserved all the time. Yamato suspected him of something. Naruto behaves like a scout and a spy of Wanbu. Although he didn't serve Wangbu. When they got to the lair, the 3 split up and started looking for Sai and Sasuke. Saya found Naruto and saw how he wanted to kill Sasuke, but still stood aside, knowing that he could not kill Sasuke. Yamato and Sakura found a book where you need to eliminate certain targets. As it turned out, Dan gave him the task to kill Sasuke. Unfortunately, Sasuke dodged his blow and, forming an explosion, left the room and stood over him. And next to him was Orochimaru. Yamato and Sakura came running to the sound. Sakura, Sasuke-kun. Sasuke. It's been a long time since we've seen Sakura, Naruto, and you've changed, Dabi. Naruto. It's about you too, Sasuke. Is it really worth it? You found what you were looking for. Sasuke. I will kill Itachi and destroy you. I felt sorry for you then, and if I wanted to, I would have found Mangeki Sharingan. I have the power from Orochimaru, and I will become even stronger when I get Mangeki Sharingan. Sasuke looked at the pale Vivacious, who had just wanted to kill him. They found a replacement for me. Do you think you could kill me? Another second loser. Sai, yes Sasuke-kun, I wanted to kill you, but since you are a friend of Naruto-kun, and my lover, I didn't want to do it. Naruto, you could get power in Kano Sasuke. Either you come back now, or I'll bring you back myself. Sasuke, do you think you can bring me back and win? You're still the same, Naruto. Too naive. Where are your screams? Sasuke, you're my friend. Give it to you, I'll become a Hokage. Go back to Konoha. Where is it all? Naruto? Don't make me laugh, my friend. Despite all this, I am much stronger than you. Sasuke, I'm going to kill Itachi first, and then you. Itachi will be responsible for the death of his parents. Naruto, try as much as you can, but then you will find out the true reason for the destruction of your clan. Sasuke, what do you mean? Naruto, what will you ever know with your own ears? Orochimaru took Sasuke away, leaving the Kanakovites. Sakura and Yamato didn't understand what he was talking about, what the truth was, and then looked at his unfinished album. He had already begun to understand emotions. And all thanks to Sakura, who experienced a lot of emotions than Naruto. He didn't even move his muscles, as if he sees Orochimaru from Sasuke every day. He can also be called a typical Uchiha. They returned to Konoha without good news. After telling Tsunade everything, she sent them home. Naruto suggested they go to a barbecue, as he feels the chakra of Team 10 there. When they got there, they met a team of Inoshikachu, who ate meat after the mission. And No, as usual, was hanging around Naruto's neck. Sakura was impressed when she found out that her best friend was dating Naruto. Although she knew that they were best friends, that she had feelings for him, but she thought that he was just as stupid as before. And now she felt sorry for Hinata, who also looked at him from afar, with a loving look, and fainted when she saw Naruto. And now she tries not to see him, and to be with her team. Naruto, meet our new comrade Saya. Meet Ino, my girlfriend, and my friends Shikamaru and Chaji, as well as the sensei of their team, Asuma Sarutobi, son of Trihokage. Everyone greeted him and sat down at the table. Naruto ate a little, but mostly gave her a steno. Saya looked at Sakura and recalled the words in the book. Character describes a person and can give a nickname. Sakura was indignant at his gaze. Sakura, Seiken, why are you looking at me like that? Sigh. Evil bitch, he smiled. And Shikamaru, Chaji and no Asuma were in shock. After all, they knew her character. Sakura boiled like a kettle and tried to hit Sai, but Naruto stood between them, who did not want a conflict between the partners. Sakura hit Naruto, and he didn't even budge. Eno boiled over at this and hit her friend. Both got into a fight. As a result, the entire restaurant was destroyed. Naruto, my mother, that's fucked up. He examined the ruins of a local restaurant, where there was a battle of two Kanuikik. Eno? Don't you dare hit Naruto, Lebostaya. Sakura. It's my own fault for getting in my way. Ino. Yeah, he tried to stop you from killing your new partner. Sakura? Don't call me an evil bitch. Eno. You showed exactly what he said. Sakura, you too. Eno. Because you hit Naruto. Shikamaru? Problematic women. Wild barbecue. That's 200,000 from you. He looked at everyone. Everyone except Naruto looked at Asuma, and he was crying and angry at the same time. Naruto, here, he held out 2 bundles of money. Wild barbecue. Another thing is, if I see that there will be a fight in my restaurant again, you will not come in anymore. Naruto, I'm sorry, this won't happen again. He bowed and turned around. Naruto looked at Ino and Sakura, who looked sad. One for hitting him and not apologizing, and the second for making him pay a huge amount of money, in her opinion. Because of the damage in the restaurant. Naruto. Let's go out. Everyone followed him. Asuma, Shikamaru, Chaji said goodbye to them and left. Sakura went home, and Sai decided to go to bed. All the way Ino was silent and felt sorry for Naruto. And he didn't say a word. Eno? Well, Naru, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Naruto, I'm not offended Eno, but please be discreet. I ran into it myself and didn't notice her blow. So it's my fault for that. Eno? Really, you're not offended? Naruto? Am I lying? Of course, I'm not offended. Try not to act like that, okay? The last sentence was affectionate. Ino. Okay, Naru, I have to go home. After all, I didn't notify Dad about what was back in the task. Naruto, run then. Eno, after kissing and hugging a loved one, ran home and blew a kiss at the entrance to the house. Naruto replied the same way and went home. And nice Yamanaka sat in the house and was thinking about one subject. He has no wife, as she died of an illness when Eno was 3 years old. Since then, he has been raising her alone. Now a joyful daughter came home, who shone like the sun. Ineki. Hello, daughter. Ino. Hi, Dad. Ineki. Why are you glowing all over? How's the assignment going? Ino. The task. Everything is fine. They dealt with the bandits and put them in jail. Ineki. You didn't answer the question. By the way, Naruto came by recently and was looking for you. Have you seen him? Ino. Yes, we had a barbecue today. They have a new guy on their team. His name is Sai, an incomprehensible guy, emotionless and stupid. Today he told Sakura that she was an evil bitch. Although it is true. Sakura wanted to hit him, but Naruto got between them, and she hit him. Ineki. I hope Naruto is alive, knowing that Sakura is the second Tsunade, he asked. Eno. Yeah, he just walked me out. Ineki. And you've been hiding your relationship from me. That's right. Eno. I'm sorry, Dad, I didn't mean to say, because you would have been against it, and would have said that he was a klutz and a loser. Guiltily she lowered her head in front of her father. Ineki. Do I like him? Naruto, as one friend in childhood. She didn't know how to do anything either, but in the end, she became very strong. Even I was afraid of her, but now he looks like another friend. He remembered Minata and Keshina. But I wonder one thing. How could he defeat Kakashi, and hold out against Guy with the gate? Kakashi has shown himself to be a genius of our current generation, and he can compete against 3. Sanonov. A Guy is the strongest melee shinobi in Kano. Eno. Well, he has a Sharingan. He said it was a gift from a friend before he died. I didn't ask any further. Ineki. Clearly. So, all this time he had a Sharingan, and hid this fact, since under the board. Of course, it would cause a lot of problems with the elders. Nadia's father is a distant relative of his, since their clan is relatives, and she will not let the Yuchi's eyes return. He pondered. Eno, I went to rest, Dad. Have a good evening. Inechi, good morning. Eno went to her room, and collapsed on the bed to cuddle. My favorite pillow, and thinking only about Naruto. And Uzumaki himself wore the assassin's clothes at night, and went on a secret mission from the 5th. Tsunade denied him this for a long time, but then she resigned herself, and made a condition, that she herself would give him a task. And send messages. 11. A month has passed. Today, a monk came running to Konaka, and told that the Temple of Fire was attacked by members of the Akatsuki. Tsunade has created 20 special platoons. Now there were 20 people standing in front of her, which also included Inui Monaka, Shikamaru Nara, Chaji Akimichi, Asuma Sarutobi, Izuma Kamizuki, Katitsu Higani, Aoba, Imashara, Reida Namiyashi, and other 12 people. Tsunade. Your task is to search the whole country of fire, and find the Akatsuki members. Catch them if you can't, then kill, don't let them leave the Fire Nation. Questions. Asuma. What happened to Kirikou from the Temple of Fire? A monk. Unfortunately, Kirikou herself took the hands of Akatsuki members, and his body was taken away for some kind of sale. Asuma was very surprised, because Kirikou was one of the 12 defenders of the feudal lord. Izuma. I wouldn't want to spoil Asuma-san's mood for you, but in the bingo book, a tweet is given 30 for the body. Millions of Rio, as one of the 12 defenders of the feudal lord. There are 5 nearest points in the land of fire. Tsunade. Divide into 5, and wait at each point in the land of fire. Move out. Izuma gave them the coordinates, and everyone left on different sides. Tsunade did not tell Naruto, as there is a risk that they will catch him, given the fact that he is an assassin, they can give more for his head. Despite the fact that his face and name are not in this book. There is another task for them now. 2.5 weeks ago, Sasuke killed Orochimaru, who had become very weak during this time. And all because he thought there was nothing else to learn from him. And also Didoro Tsukuri, when he was looking for Itachi, Tsunade gave them a mission so that they caught Uchiha Itachi and lured Sasuke. And Jair also came to her for a task. Tsunade flashback. You're crazy. Jair, you must understand Tsunade. I have to check and figure it out. Learn more about the leader of the Akatsuki, and the Rain Country is the only place where he can be. Tsunade. But he's dangerous. What will happen to Naruto if you die? Jiraiya. Naruto is not a little kid. I know what I'm doing, and he should understand it too. Forgive me, Naruto, but this is my fate. To die at the hands of his disciple. It cannot be changed. Save your beloved, and it's time for me to retire and meet your father and my teacher. Tsunade. Well, no, he won't forgive me then. J-Raw, you can't stop me, Tsunade, and you know it. I'm not promising I'll be back, but let's make a deal. If I die, you win. And if I survive, then you me. Seeing how she blushed, he laughed. I'm kidding. Goodbye, Tsunade, and beware of the root. Tsunade, come back alive, Jair. End flag beak. A team consisting of Naruto, Sakura, Sai, Yamato, Kakashi, Kiba, Hinata, Shin moved out to find Itachi. Naruto, of course, knew where to find him, but did not want to interfere with him, since he has already suffered a lot, and it's time for him to retire. But he didn't know that his teacher was going to the Rain Country. Kakashi, we need to split up and find Itachi, and then catch him. Do not dare to be a hero. The farthest distance from here is up to 1 kilometer. It's clear to everyone. Everything is there. Kakashi, I'll meet you here in an hour and a half. On the way. Everyone went in different directions. Naruto went to the right and moved a kilometer away, where he had met Itachi before. As he guessed, he met Itachi. Naruto. Come out, Itachi, I'm alone. Itachi. What are you doing? What is known about Sasuke? Naruto. He killed Orochimaru and Deidara. You made an appointment with him. Itachi. Yes, in an hour in the old Uchiha temple. Naruto. Clearly. I hope this is not our last meeting. Although I didn't know you very well, but you are a good person. You are ready to die at the hands of your brother, and for him to calm down from death. Itachi, I just want to give him a gift in the form of a Mangeki Sharingan. But he should take your side, and not avenge me, as you showed me. Naruto, everything will go as I showed. Another way to be. Otherwise I won't be able to fix it. I only have one chance. Itachi, I have to give you my friend's eye. With the help of Katamitsuka Misui, you will also free me if I am resurrected, or cast it on Sasuke. Naruto, then I will transplant this eye to myself. I hope it will be normal. Itachi, he knows you have a Sharingan. Naruto, no, I didn't tell you, and I don't advise you. Be careful, Tobi, he'll tell him everything about you. I gave him a hint about him. I hope Sasuke isn't that stupid. Itachi, transplant this eye to yourself. Shisu has a Katamitsuki of Jesus with one eye, and also your one, I will receive an eternal Mangeki. This does not happen to us, but since you are a unique person, you can do it. Kurama. That's right, transplant this eye to yourself, you will get one eternal Mangeki. And if Obichu gives you his eyes again, you will awaken the second one. And also, if my father comes to you, then by receiving his power, you will receive my Rinnegan Chikota. Like Sasuke, only it's harder to fuck, then you'll have a Byakugan. Tenseigan, Eternal Mangeki, and Rinnegan. Yes, you yourself can also smash Kagyu, and again the chakra of all tailed ones will give you half the power of 10 tail. Against you, my dad will already become weak, given the fact that the assassins were on a par with him in strength. Itachi gave him the jar with Shisui's eye. Disappeared? And Naruto went back to the point. Kakashi, well. Naruto? My clone met Sasuke, and he went towards the old Uchiha temple. We're going there. Kakashi. Then let's move out. Everyone went in this direction, but their path was blocked by a guy in an orange mask. Naruto, Tobi. Tobi. Hello everyone. I am Tobi and your enemy today. Kiba. I haven't seen you before. Tobi. I'm a new member of Akatsuki. Naruto just stared at him. He knew that he was not material, and he himself had it, but it was too early for him to get to the bottom. I'm interested in the course of events. He didn't want to, because some changes can affect the future and ruin a lot. He just stood there and looked at the enemy. Tobi continued fooling around, and Kiba and Sakura attacked him, but passed through. Naruto will not come out, he has an immateriality, so you will pass through him all the time. Kakashi, what do you suggest? Naruto. There's no way around it, even though he's fooling around, but I think it's just a mask on his face. Having immateriality, he can teleport anywhere. So we're trapped. We will wait for the end of the battle. Tobi. And you're a smart guy. His voice was serious now. Do you really know me that well? Naruto, maybe, but as I see it, you are one of the renegades from Konoha, from the Uchiha clan, you reek of the Uchiha chakra. Kakashi, Uchiha, but they're all dead. Toby, Haim, you're right, I'm from the Uchiha clan, but it's too early to know my name. Naruto, you will continue to interfere with us. Or what? Toby. Let's wait until the battle of the brothers is over. Sakura wanted to attack, but Naruto gestured that it was not worth it. Sakura, but Sasuke-kun will die. Naruto? I doubt Itachi has many weaknesses that Sasuke learns about during the battle. Point of sale. Team Asuma met to Akatsuki members Haiden and Kakuzu. During the battle, Asuma was seriously mortally wounded, but he was saved by Raide's team, which also included Ino, Chaji and Aoba. Kakuzu wanted to take his body, but the leader summoned the four-tailed one to seal it. Ino tried to give him first aid, but everything went to waste, and Asuma Sarutobi died of his wounds. Meanwhile, the fight between Sasuke and Itachi took place. During the battle, Itachi sometimes dominated, but was served to his brother. He showed him the last trump card, and with the help of Susan, sealed the cursed seal on his neck. Itachi was getting closer and closer to the teasing Sasuke. Itachi, I'm sorry, Sasuke, there won't be another time. He flicked him on the forehead and fell dead. Toby came to a plant that has a dark and white side. Toby. Well, Zitsu. Zitsu. Uchiha Sasuke has won, and Tachi is dead. Toby. So we chatted with you. Come on, Konaka, we'll play with you another time, he said, and disappeared into Kamuya. Everyone, except Naruto, was in great shock. Naruto knew the outcome. Kakashi, do you know this Toby? Naruto. There was a case. We crossed paths once when they were going to capture these four-tails. As I knew, this is just a fool's mask on his face, and he is a serious enemy. Although he behaves inappropriately. Itachi is dead, which means Sasuke is either there, or this guy took him. Everyone moved out instead of fighting. They didn't find Sasuke and Itachi's body, which means the Akatsuki took them. They returned to Konoha empty-handed, as did a team of 20 platoons. There was nothing but Asuma Sarutobi's body. His team mourned their sensei. Everyone was at the funeral. Chicken was standing in front, as she is the closest person to him. And behind Shikamaru's Chaji. Naruto was standing behind them, and next to her was Ino, who buried her face against his chest and was crying quietly. Naruto hugged her and stroked her back, knowing that it would calm her down a little. After Asuma's funeral, Sarutobi, Kakashi and Reita submitted a report to Tsunade. She didn't interrupt, but she was surprised that Naruto knew Toby. But it has not bothered him yet, since he has to look after his girlfriend. Naruto took her to his home and laid on the bed. Ino. We are too late. We didn't have time. She still hadn't calmed down and was crying. Naruto, I understand Eno, but Asuma-sensei died a hero. I understand your pain, the world of tire bitax. As one person told me, it's either you or you. We'll get rid of the Akatsuki, and everything will get better. Okay, Ino nodded. Don't cry. You're hurting me and it sends you. He wouldn't want his students to cry. He always wanted you to become strong. Sleep, and I will tell your father that you're sleeping with me. Good night. Naruto left the room and closed the door. He went to notify Ineki himself. He nodded with understanding and thanked Uzumaki. Naruto bowed and returned home. Eno was asleep, but he knows that he and the team will go to take revenge on the Akatsuki members in the morning or at night. The next morning. As Naruto knew, she left in the morning. Kakashi went with them. Tsunade. I doubt I can let you go, Naruto. After all, they're hunting you. Naruto, at least you know that I'm from the Uzumaki clan. They can't suck it out, since I created a seal. That won't let anyone suck out the Kyuubi chakra. The one who does this, he will receive only a slow death, as he will be absorbed by the Kyuubi chakra, which will destroy from the inside. So don't worry, you know yourself that Asuma-sensei didn't even stand up against them, and Kakashi-sensei is even more so with them. I don't know anything, so you send us, or I'll leave myself. Tsunade. Okay, be careful and bring back these idiots. I knew Romeo couldn't stop you. Your path goes to the west side, that's where they went. Naruto, go ahead. With a heavy sigh, Team 7 moved to the west side. An hour later, Shikamaru took Haiden with him, and Kakuzu remained against Kakashi's son Chaoyuji. Since together these two are very strong rivals. Kakuzu began to strangle Chaoji's nose as well. Kakuzu, you have deprived me of 35 million ri. But after killing you, I will sell your organs, and the hearts will be mine, especially Kakashi Hatake. Ino. I'm sorry, Naru, I'm probably going to die. She and Kyoji were strangled very badly, and she began to lose consciousness. Suddenly, before Kakuzu, someone cut his bandages, which were strangling another shoji. Kakuzu saw what he no longer wanted. A dark cloak with a hood that covered up the heads, a katana in his hand, a mask on his face, and red eyes. But the patterns were different, since Naruto managed to transplant his eyes overnight, and they got used as relatives. Kakuzu, you are a silent killer who is worth 500 million roars. Naruto, you will pay for your actions as a member of Katsuki. This is your last day in this world. Kakuzu. I didn't think to meet you. Those eyes reminded Itachi of Uchiha. Naruto, you'll see her one last time, and going to die tonight. Naruto formed Racine Shuriken. The art of the sage Racine Shuriken. With a huge Racine Shuriken, he ran at Kakuzu, but he survived. Unfortunately for him, 2 hearts were destroyed, only 3 remained. Kakuzu? Futong wind blades. Naruto directed fire into his katana and cut all the wind waves into small pieces. Now he was next to him and punched one of the hearts. Only the heart of the elements of earth and lightning remained. Naruto. Kakashi-sensei, Yamato-sensei. Kakashi, with the help of Chidori, pierced one heart and destroyed the other Yamato with the help of needles from the water. Kakuzu was slowly dying. Naruto came closer and stood in front of him. Kakuzu never thought that I would die at your hands and at the hands of these Sopliakov. Naruto, face it, even those you call suppliacs have surpassed you. Kakuzu. It's a pity, 35 million repropoli. Naruto, you only think about money and not thinking about the other. You have paid for your deeds and for your audacity. You are just a bunch of Nukanins who blindly believe the words of a lying person who uses you for his own purposes. You are a pawn in this game. Goodbye, Katsuki member. Naruto punched his head with a katana and pulled him out. Shikamaru is back, killing Haiden. As if he had killed him, he buried him underground and left him there to die Roslinenim. Inona threw herself at Naruto. The weight of their shoulders fell off their team. They avenged Asuma's death. But one problem, Naruto has lost one hand, firm behind Raisin Shuriken. Since he didn't use it for a very long time, and forgot that he had to enter the hermit mode to throw it. A kurama pressed him, although he is smart, but at the same time, he is sometimes stupid. Naruto, but if you don't lick off me now, then I'll fall to the ground. Ino looked at him, and then at her hand. More precisely, where the hand should be, but it is not there, it is destroyed. Horrified, she began to treat him where his hand should be to stop the bleeding. They returned to Konoha alive. Residence. Tsunade? And I told you, you didn't listen, and here's the outcome. You created the technique and improved the Rasengan, but did not test it in use. Naruto? Do I have to test this technique for a shinsei? Hokage herself can be enough, treats me like a little child. I'm a shinobi. Tsunade. And also a silent killer. Kakashi. But how is Naruto? All Amazing nodded. Naruto. I do not know who christened me like that, but I bought a bingo book and decided to get rid of the Nukanins. Since they influenced the fear of civilians, I am an assassin, and the last of the 12 assassins. It is my duty as a member of this sensei order. I only saved people from the malice carried by those who carry hatred for others and chaos in this world. You wouldn't understand that. And now I ask you to let me go Tsunade by myself. Tsunade. Okay, I'll tell Shizune to prepare a protest for your hand from the body of some person in our morgue inside a huge refrigerator. And then we'll send it to you. Naruto left the residence with everyone. And then the screams started. Sakura and No shouted at him. One did not want to lose a friend, and the other a loved one. The whole situation was saved by Kakashi, who invited Vikaroka. Naruto was sitting with Tolb. Naruto. Well, the left one can be learned. I hope so. After 10 minutes. Naruto. Damn me. Already got, you have to learn to eat and left hands. Kakashi. Come on, eat up. He wanted to feed him, and saw the surprised faces. What are you doing? Eno. Kakashi-sensei, let me feed him myself. Kakashi sat down on the seat where Ino was sitting. Near Sakura, and she sat down next to Naruto, in Kakashi's place, and all because she didn't want to get punches from her. And so that he wouldn't pick his brains. Eno, since you fed me yourself, then I will feed you too. My stupid gyro. The situation was funny and cute. Does a girl feed her boyfriend? Nothing like that. Kurama stung firm the helpless Naruto, who is now being fed by a girl. After feeding Rimen, they left Ichiraku and went home. Ino went with Naruto. No one wanted to argue, since Naruto had already been chopped up in the residence and on the street. Naruto, you're still offended. Ino. Still, it's better for you to finish your business in the role of what's his name, assassin or Ajin. Naruto. Assassin, I'm not done with this. This is my shinobi way, Eno. I have to bring peace, that's when I'll retire. Eno? Clearly. And when our wedding? She asked unexpectedly and very quickly. Naruto almost choked on air. Naruto? Well, we'll wait until 20, and then I'll marry you. Do you want it now? Eno? I'm not ready to be a mother yet, especially since I'm only 16 years old. Naruto, another month and a half to be patient, and here I am 17 years old. Eno, and I still have 6 months to endure. Naruto, be patient, I promise that you will survive, even if I die myself. After seeing her home and kissing her, Naruto returned home and fell on the bed. But she did exactly the same. Now they were both in the arms of Morpheus. 12. It's been a few days since that day. His hand was sewn on the next day. Naruto was sleeping peacefully and decided to take a nap before lunch. There was a knock on his door. Opening it, he saw Kakashi come. Kakashi, the fifth one is calling you, she said it was urgent. Naruto. No, old man, he said to himself and went to change. Walking along the road, he met Gamakichi and Gamabunta. He hoped for the good, that Fukasaku might have saved him. When he entered the office, he saw an old acquaintance of Fukasaka. Naruto? Hello, Hakadi-sama and Fukasaku. I am a Fukasaku from Jabagara and also a sage. You're a student of Jiraiya-chan. Naruto. All right. Something has happened. Fukasaku. How can I explain it to you? I think I'll tell you straight out. Jiraiya-chan died in battle against the head of the Akatsuki. Shock, pain, resentment, sadness, resentment. He hoped for a different outcome, that Sanin would think and not leave. Inside, everything shrank. He lost the chance to return the teacher and the godfather. Naruto, sensei. Fukasaku. He told me to give you a message on my back. Naruto was shown the same numbers that were in the past. Naruto? There is no real one among them. I get it. Leave me alone. Sakura, but... Naruto. You should not let go of his fifth. If I were you, sensei wouldn't let you leave, even if you were very stubborn. Naruto just turned around and left the office. Sakura, Naruto. Tsunade. Leave him alone, Sakura, let him go, he needs to be alone. Fukasaku. Naruto Uzumaki is the child of prophecy. Tsunade. Excuse me. Fukasaku. The old sage said that Jiraiya would have a disciple who would either bring peace or destroy her. And it depends on him. This kid is his last student, which means he is a child from the prophecy. I have no doubt about it. Since the secret of the cipher has been solved, I will return to my baka, and I also want to take Naruto to myself. And teach the art of Sanin. Sakura. The art of Sanin. Kakashi. Jiraiya-sama was the only one who could enter this mode from Konoha. Fukasaku. I'm not saying that this will help take revenge on pain, but Naruto-chan can speak for himself. Kakashi. Naruto is still capable of this. Considering that he has a Mangeki Sharingan, and that he is one of the assassins, Naruto is capable of a lot. Sakura. And, remind me, who are they? Fukasaku. The assassins were members and ancestors of the Uzumaki clan. The first of them were not from our world, all their power and wisdom passed over centuries and millennia. Even Rikuda Shining would be a weak opponent for them. If Naruto-chan is the last assassin, then he is the last one who will bring peace. He is young and has also revealed the potential of the former assassins. And if opened, the Akatsuki would not exist. He needs time for that. Sakura. So, they are only from the Uzumaki clan. But what were they chasing? Fukasaku. Since ancient times, they have haunted the world. They fought against hatred. In every generation there were assassins who fought and defeated all the malice in this world. But hatred is endless, and it is part of the life of our world. It is impossible to get rid of it completely, only to defeat it. We don't know what will happen in the future, we can only guess and think. All hope for the descendant of the assassins. Only members of the Uzumaki clan had this power, but not all. The chosen people, and there were only 11 of them. Naruto-chan is 12, even though they are called the 12 guardians of the assassins. I have never met a living assassin, only today, I saw Tsunade for the first time. Do you think he can beat pain with a Rinnegan? Fukasaku. I hope so, but I believe it. If the assassins gave him all their power, then he would win. Kakashi. And how can he get it? Fukasaku. According to the legends of obtaining power, you need to find the great tomb of the assassins, which is hidden in the barriers of the Uzumaki clan. That is, it is in the depths of Uzush, or, perhaps, in the bowels of the earth. No one could get there and will not get there. Even though I've lived for centuries, I don't know either. The last of the assassins was your Uzumaki. I've been talking a lot. I'll be back soon when the young man wakes up. See you soon edition. All the toads disappeared into the smoke, and Naruto wandered on the street, remembering his sensei. How they spent their time, how they trained, how they ate ramen in eateries, how they had fun in hot springs, how they celebrated his birthdays. He again failed to prevent his death. Kurama, don't lose it Naruto. Jiraiya knew what he was going for, and you can't change his fate. You're not a little kid who's going to cry all the time. Wipe your tears, you said yourself that the world is a tire shop. Or I'll take control and make you do what I want myself. Naruto smiled a little. Kurama is Kurama, he knows everything about him to the last detail. Naruto mentally thanked him and, wiping his tears, returned home. As soon as he found out about the death of Naruto's teacher and that he was alone, she ran to his house. Opening the door, she saw a calm Naruto looking out the window. But he keeps the pain inside, not showing it to anyone, so that no one worries. Eno? Naruto. It's okay, Eno. Ino. My condolences. Naruto. You know, I'm not going to cry or complain about his death. Jiraiya-sensei was a good man and the best pervert. I'm just going to remember him and our journey. He deserves peace. Rest in peace, sensei, he said to the wind on the street, which carries the red leaves of autumn, which will soon come. Ino came closer and hugged him from behind. Naruto turned around and, wrapping himself in his arms, kissed her on the lips. After a long kiss, both did not have enough air, and they just lay down on the bed. Together now. Comment to 12. Your translation from Japanese to Russian means eagle, and the word eagle means the word Ezo. Reference to the Ezo Auditor 13. A few days after the death of one of the great Sanins, Fukasaku returned to Konoha. Naruto was called to the residence and, at the request of the Toad Sage, was left alone. Fukasaku, I want to teach you the art of Sannin. Naruto, unfortunately for you, I already possess this Fukasaku power myself. So don't worry. Fukasaku? That's how, you have a call of toads, so when pain attacks you, we will help you enter the hermit mode. Naruto. Thank you. I am sure that we will defeat our enemy. Tsunade. Naruto, pain is looking for you all over Konoha. She flew into her office. Naruto grinned, as if to order. When he went outside, he saw that the Junins were trying to detain Pain until the residents were evacuated. Kakashi. Naruto, help the residents evacuate. We will cover your waist. Naruto, I'll be back soon. Fukasaku-sama, perhaps it's time for you to come here with your wife. Fukasaku disappeared in white smoke, and Naruto ran to save the residents. On the way, he met a huge centipede who was going to attack Shikamaru and a pregnant chicken. Pulling out his katana, he cut off the centipede's head. Naruto, you are a whole chicken sensei, Shikamaru. Chicken. Thank you, Naruto, everything is fine. Naruto, get out alive, shadow cloning. 1,000 clones ran all over Konoha to rescue residents and help them reach the bunker. There were aliens in the base, including Eno, and the dead Shizu Nikato, who died at the hands of one of the Pains. Naruto, don't approach him. This is my fight. Naruto came out of the bunker and went to the battlefield. Kakashi is also dead, as is the head of the Akimichi clan. And next to them is Shoji. Tsunade can barely stand on his feet. Only that Pain used a powerful technique Shinra the Teensies, which formed crater on Earth. Naruto reinforcements have arrived. Toads. Naruto. You're on time, Fukasaku-sama. Tsunade. You destroyed my village, what my ancestors built and left to me. I won't spare you. Pain, you don't know how to control your feelings. You feel the pain that I feel. I will repeat again where Naruto Uzumaki is. Tsunade. Konoha does not betray his own. Pain. I know he's here. If you don't want to say it, then you will die and meet your comrades and your ancestors. A robotic Pain flew on the Tsunade. She was waiting for this blow, but one of the bodies was destroyed. Naruto, who was standing in front of her. Naruto was looking for me. Pain. Give the QB back in a good way. Naruto. No, my friend, it won't work. Pain. Summoning technique. A huge rhinoceros, a bird, and a multi-headed dog appeared next to him. Naruto. Hamakichi will see. In the form of a hokage away from here. No one should get into this fight. I don't need any problems under my feet. Tell everyone to hide and watch this show. Gamabunta-san. Gamabunta. Got it, we're taking on the big guys. Trizhub went to fight against Pain's calls, and Gamakichi took Tsunade from the field. Battles. Naruto entered Sage mode. Pain was very surprised when he saw Gudatum behind him. Zamek, he destroyed all the bodies with the help of clones and went to the real Nagata. When he reached his lair, he conducted Naruto therapy and Nagata brought all the Kanakavites back to life. And he died from the consequences of this technique. Konan took the body and hid it, and Naruto erected a monument to his Shinsei in the forest. He had little strength, he spent a lot of chakra tilts in the sage mode. Naruto started to lose consciousness, falling to the ground, he landed on Kakashi's back. Kakashi, I'm on time. Naruto, sensei. Kakashi, relax, I'll carry you myself. Kakashi dragged him on his back to the Konaka, where Naruto was met by everyone. Residents and all tires of Bikanoki. Then the children run up to him and ask about the side against pain and so on. And then she came up, Eno came closer and smacked him on the head, hugged him. But, never thinking of leaving alone again, she leaned on his shoulder and cried, because she was worried about him. Despite the fact that he is stronger than many in Kano. Naruto hugged back, and saw all his friends waving at him, but Hinata. She is happy for him, but it hurts her to see Naruto with another. Naruto, I think I need to recover a little. After all, the clones took up a lot of chakra. Eno, come on, I'll feed you delicious and healthy food. She dragged him towards the house. Naruto looked pitifully at all, they say, save me. But they made it clear to him that it was none of their business. And they won't interfere. When he reached the house of Naruto, Ino asked to wait in the room, and she was messing in the kitchen. Half an hour later, Ino called to the kitchen. Eno, hurry up, or I'll eat everything myself. Naruto, coming to the kitchen, was in a very strong shock. The whole table was covered with goodies. He liked everything except the salad. The salad was only cabbage with carrots, and Naruto was used to eating high-calorie food. Appliku food and stroked the belly, the couple went to sleep. The Konoha Danza collection. Tsunade Shinju will not return to the post at the moment, as she is in unconscious mode. Shikaku, I propose to post Kakashi Hatake. Danza. I doubt that Kakashi will cope with the task in the role of Hokage. There is going to be a council of 5 Kage, and this is about Uchiha Sasuke. He joined Akatsuka and helped kidnap 8 Kvostev. I offer myself in this role because I know more about military operations and am more experienced in political affairs. The daimyo agreed, and Danza Shimura became the 6th Hokage. The clan heads gritted their teeth and could not object to Daimyo's decision. Danza, though he protects Konoha and is experienced in politics, but his methods of government are very cruel. And his old friend Hiruzen did not give him hope of becoming a Hokage. Now Shimura was sitting in Root's office. Danza. Now my turn has finally come, and the era of Tsunade is over. I will announce the execution of Uchiha Sasuke. And also your task is not to lose sight of Naruto Uzumaki and keep an eye on him. He must not leave Konaka. This task is given to you, he looked at Sai. After a few days, we'll tip 5 Kage. Fu and Thorny will accompany me to the land of iron. All clear. Karneviki, all for the sake of Konoha. Dan Zaslow smiled and sat in his chair in his office. 14. A few days have passed, and the council of the 5th Kage begins. Naruto did not stop Raikage from trying to kill Uchiha Sasuke, but having agreed with Kakashi and Yamato. They went beyond the land of fire and arrived in the land of snow. Naruto wanted to stop Sasuke after killing Danza and have a heart-to-heart talk with him. Kakashi, are you sure about this, Naruto? Naruto. Exactly, I have a hunch that Tobi manipulated Sasuke and forced him to attack the Pitakaga Council. The real reason is to kill Danza Shimura. Kakashi and Amato, what? Tobi, you're right, Naruto Uzumaki. Suddenly he appeared on the roof of buildings. It's getting more interesting to me how you know everything. I found out that I'm not a fool. And Sharingani, Akamui, what are you hiding from all of us? Naruto, it's none of your business, how do I know about Akamui? Because I own them and have. He showed Msh and Vmsh. Tobi was in turmoil right now. Exactly the same one is Mangeki Sharinga. And in the other there is an additional pattern. Tobi. So you have a difficult Mangeki. Naruto? Maybe I know all about you, Tobi. It looks like I have no choice. Yubichu can get to Nagato's eyes and take it away, and by killing Yubichu, I can prevent a war. I think it's time for us to finish everything here. Tobi, Hayam, we'd better meet in the war, and now I just want to talk. Kakashi, do you think we'll believe any of your words? Tobi, believe it or not, but I need to know about you Uzumaki Naruto. You always know everything in advance, and this surprises me. And before that, he was a naive boy who dreamed of becoming a Hokage. Naruto, you're right. My childhood dreams are in the past. I'm going to kill you here and now. I won't let you start another war. Uchiha Obito. Kakashi Obito. Obito. So you figured it out, but now it doesn't mean anything. Obito disappeared into a coma and appeared in his dimension. To his surprise and regret, Naruto also moved here. After all, their eyes are connected. Obito. How did you get here? Naruto? Our eyes are the same, but you will know the truth after your death. By killing you, I will stop the resurrection of the Ten Tails, the death of a loved one, the resurrection of Madara. Obito. So you already know my plans. If you need a fight with me, so be it. Kato the Fireball. Naruto. Suiten Water Wall. Formed by a pair of Naruto, ran to Obito. Obito understood that it was impossible to escape and accepted the fight completely. In taijutsu, Naruto strongly dominated and defeated him. The battle has moved to a new level. Now they were fighting in kinjutsu. But since Naruto is an assassin, he has more experience in close combat. Then Yubichu distracted him and hit him with all the dope, and Naruto, flying back and doing a somersault, landed on his leg. Naruto, you're a good fighter. It is clear that he studied with Madara. Obito, you're not bad either. It's been a long time since I've suffered so much against an assassin. I thought it was just an old legend and a myth. I know it's not all your strength. Naruto, I was just waltzing with you. And now let's start our real dance. Naruto, with a 3-tom Sharingan, attacked Obito in hand-to-hand combat. Obito held, dodged, and retreated from the blows of the blonde. Block, kick, incline, kick, block, and Obito got hit in the jaw and flew back. Obito. I'm going to kill you. Naruto. That's the attitude I like. A mask appeared on his face, which automatically covered his face from both sides. Obito lost control of himself and swung and attacked Naruto with a gunboy. The last jerk and Naruto disappeared. Obito looked in every direction, up, down, left, right, forward, backward. And then Naruto appeared from behind and with a hidden blade hit him in the neck. Obito fell to one knee, but has not died yet, as the Hashirama cells begin to regenerate the body. But Naruto pierced his heart, and the seal of submission of the will was destroyed. Naruto sat down next to him and watched as Obito coughed up blood and lay in a pool of his own blood. Obito. Now I'm going to die. Naruto. You will leave this world and meet your beloved Rin. Obito. Sorry, I wanted to plunge the world into eternal Tsukiyomi. Naruto. To meet her. Obito, yes. Naruto? You brought a lot of pain to the people in Obito. You had to pay the price. It's time for you, may God be your judge. Rest in peace at the Chihobito. Naruto closed his eyes and made a final blow to the throat, after which he closed his eyes. Kurama, you can take his eyes now. Naruto? No, I've seen too much, and I don't want the power, let no one get it. Kato the Fireball. Fire enveloped Obito's entire body. Your soul is free, Obito. Naruto came back to reality and saw that Kakashi was lying beaten. Naruto. What happened? Kakashi. Kabuto took Yamato after you disappeared with Obito. Where is he? Naruto. Obito died. Had to kill him. Kakashi-sensei. It's time for us to go to the land of iron, and I'll put Katamatsuki on Sasuke. It's time to go. Kakashi. What about Yamato? Naruto? It's like it's going to take a long time to find the lair. Get up. Naruto gave his hand to Kakashi, and both ran to the land of iron. 15. Kabut's lair. Kabuto. So he's dead. Zitsu. Yes, the plans fail, but you have to resurrect Madara, and I will resurrect him with the help of Inigon Nagato. Kabuto? You said those eyes were hidden. Zitsu. In fact, they were with his girlfriend named Konan. Killed her and gave her eyes to me. My clone will declare world war for shinobi. And then we'll look at how you improved this Tinsha. Kabuto? Where is Kisame Hashigaki? He was one of the members of the Akatsuki. Zitsu. Kisame is gone and roaming the world. After the death of Itachi Uchiha, he left our ranks. A pathetic traitor. Kabuto. What are we going to do with Sasuke? Zitsu. It is no longer needed. Sasuke is useless to us and will be against the war. Prepare Ed Tinch's entire army. And don't worry about my Zitsu clones. There are enough of them. Soon we will resurrect Madara. Konoha. Shikamaru? I don't think Naruto will be categorically against it. But we'll have to do it without him. Sakura. I doubt Sasuke-kun is quite strong, and we can't beat him without Naruto. Sai. Naruto went to extreme measures. He pursues the Kage Council 5 and wants to find Sasuke there. According to him, Sasuke should be there. Sakura. Then we have to find him first, Naruto. Naruto became colder to his actions. He might want to kill Sasuke-kun or worse. Shikamaru. Okay, Sai, I'm Sakura, Kiba, let's go to the land of iron. Don't say anything to your friends or comrades. We don't know what lies ahead. The country of iron. Sasuke, you made everyone from the Uchiha clan kill my brother, and you also dared to take away their eyes. He was looking at Danza. Danza, it's your own fault, you wanted a coup yourself. My job is to protect Konoha in any way, and I am ready to sacrifice even all the inhabitants for this. Sasuke, the horse will fall after you, for forcing my brother to carry out this execution. I will destroy and create a new world and order myself. Danza, revolutionary, your eyes will be useful to me, and I will take them away. Both of them could barely stand on their feet. Sasuke spent a lot of energy on Susan against Raikage and Danza, as well as against Izanagi. Danza was tired too. He was old and used all the cards. The last hope is a red-haired girl who helps Sasuke. He grabbed her from behind as a prisoner. Sasuke, I'm going to kill you anyway, Danza. Sasuke aimed the lightning at Karen, and she went through her and Danza. Karen fell to the ground, and Danza tried to run away from Sasuke with all his might. Sasuke followed him and used Amaterasu on Shimura. As a result, Danza died, and Zetsu came for Sasuke. Zetsu. Sasuke's plans are changing. It's time for us to leave. Madara is dead at the hands of Naruto Uzumaki. Sasuke. Naruto, he's going to die too. Zetsu, get out of here better and recuperate. You are free, but if you go against us, you will die. Zetsu disappeared, and Sasuke managed to escape before Naruto and Kakashi arrived, having received some chakra from Zetsu. Naruto. Looks like we're late, sensei. Sasuke managed to escape. Kakashi. It turns out that he managed to kill Danza. Then Gaara came out to them, who explained about Sasuke's attack to the Pitakaga Council, and that Zetsu had declared war on them. In order to get the last Jinchuriki. Gaara. We are starting to mobilize, and soon there will be an alliance of 5 great countries. Eight Tails was alive and out there. Raikage-sama said he would find him. Naruto? It's clear what they said about Sasuke. Gaara. Sasuke Nukaninranga, all Kage announced a price for his head. So he killed Danza and left. Naruto. Exactly, he came to the corpse Danza and turned it over. Sasuke didn't know about Katamitsukumasu, and Naruto took him for himself. You weren't worthy of wearing those Danza eyes. Kakashi, why did you even take his eyes? Naruto. These are the eyes of Shisui Uchiha. Kakashi. Shisui. The genius of the Uchiha clan and the owner of the most powerful genjutsu in the world. Naruto. He only has one eye. Itachi had the second one, and he gave it to me before his death. Kakashi. What does this mean? Naruto, with a heavy sigh, began to tell about the true story of Itachi, and finally decided to tell about himself. He immersed them both in genjutsu and revealed his past. Kakashi and Gaara looked at him blankly, because he had experienced a lot. Naruto, I want to stop the war, and not let her and her friends die. The power that I have is the power of the ancestors, and the one person who founded the Hyuga clan. Kakashi, I'm sorry, you've been through too much, and you're even standing on your feet. Naruto, in the future I'm dead, and now we need to win this war against Dissyadopostavi. Eva-sensei, it's time to become a Hokage. Kakashi ran a few circles around Gaara with fear, and he and Naruto were laughing. The laughing people were seen by Sakura, Kiba, Sai, Shikamaru and Karen, who remained alive. And lies motionless so as not to become a victim. Sakura, Naruto, Kakashi-sensei, she screamed, running towards them, and 3 guys are running after her. Naruto, what the fuck can I give you, what kind of wind brought you here? Shikamaru? We're late, where's Sasuke, where's Danza? Sakura. Oh my god, this is Sasuke-kun's girlfriend. We need to cure her and find out about Sasuke-kuni. She ran up to Karen and began to treat her. Naruto? Carcasses of 50 kilograms left before our arrival. Perhaps the Akatsuki managed to warn him. Tutankhamun died in battle against Sasuke. Kakashi, since when did you come up with nicknames? Naruto, and with such that I'm bored, there's no one to dance with, even if Madara is resurrected, it will be more fun. Gaara, your own words will ruin you. Shikamaru and Tutor. Naruto, let's go back to Konoha and announce the death of Danza. Let's start preparing for the 4th World War, Shinobi. Sai, can you help us with your winged birds? Sai, no problem. Sai drew birds, and they became alive. After that, everyone climbed on the birds and went to Konoha. Danza's body was also taken away, sealing the scroll. Getting to Konoha, they announced the death Danza, and after all classmates, Naruto was going to solve it. What to do with Sasuke? Sakura is in despair because her love will die. Naruto? Think about it, Shika himself, we will lose the last of the Uchiha clan. Our task is to prepare for this war. Niji. Naruto is right. Killing Sasuke won't accomplish anything. The war is more important than one member of the Uchiha clan, and it's none of our business. Naruto. What about Tsunade herself? Sakura, well. Kanohi Hospital. Shizune. Are you sure you have finished all the food of our hospital? Tsunade. I need to restore the chakra. Bring me to eat, eat, eat. Tsunade has recently returned to herself, and her role as the 5th Hokage has remained the same. Naruto, after talking, decided to train at the training ground, and Kakashi, Sakura and Ino followed his training. Naruto? Kakashi-sensei, maybe we'll have a sparring match. Kakashi. He cannot be defeated in close combat, and he is stronger in elemental techniques. Considering that he also has all the poems, but he didn't show all the trumps. It flashed through his mind. No, Naruto. Naruto? As you wish, he shrugged his shoulders, and began his training in increasing endurance and impact strength. One of his simple and easy blows breaks the tree. After a little training, he and his son took a little walk and went home. 16. Time has passed since the declaration of war. Now a huge army of about 100,000 people from different villages has gathered at the headquarters. Naruto also joined the war and asked him to join Gaara's team. He put on the armor that he got from the temple and all its accessories. Naruto. Well, Kurama, are you ready for war? Kurama, you ask, is he ready yet? Then the alliance started blaming each other for everything, but they were interrupted by Gaara. He spoke about the fate of his best friend and gave everyone motivation in the war. Kabuto's lair. Zetsu. Madara herself had 2 more tailed ones left. Kyuubi and 8 tails. Madara? I Nagata you. Zetsu, yes. Madara? You will revive after the rebirth of Jubi. I want to watch my pawns fight, and then join myself. The lively ones were all according to the canon. Naruto was moving in Gaara's command through the desert. After they reached the desert, they made a halt. Aonaki also came to them, as he felt the chakra of Mamu, his sensei, and the second Tsuchikage. Tsuchikage. The fact that they retreated means that everything is temporary. We should expect an attack. Our opponents are the Kage themselves, and you must understand their strength. Naruto? We understand the old man Tsuchikage. We will wait for their arrival and seal them. As if he instructed Nagata and Itachi to find Naruto Uzumaki and catch him. Bipri joined Darui's squad. Now Gaara, Shikamaru, Temari, Naruto sat in front of the fire. Naruto, I think it would be better to separate them. I'll take on Raikage and Mizukage. Gaara, leave your father on. Me. Tsuchikage. I'm sure you'll draw against Tokage. It's not like Nukaninov or swordsman. They are much stronger. Naruto? Don't worry, Tsuchikage-sama, everything will be and go smoothly. In a few hours, an attack by the 4th Kage on the alliance was expected. Although they didn't want to attack, they were controlled. Naruto, as planned, took on Raikage and Mizukage. With Raikage, he did what he did last time. I hit him on the elbows with a Rasengan, and he hit his shoulder, and the body began to crumble. And the sealing squad did its job. Gaara fought with his father, as he did that time, and sealed him with his sand. With Mizukage, it was a little more difficult, but Naruto found his summoning with the help of his eyes, and destroyed her. Gaara tried to seal it, but the sand was falling apart. Naruto, Chibakutenshi. Around Mizukage gathered stones and sealed it. And the second Tsuchikage lost, but was divided into. The second one called the Uchiha Madara groups. Tsuchikage. It can't be, it's Uchiha Madara, he was horrified. Madara. Hi, Alliance, so I'm going to play with you. Ineki. Naruto, by needs your help. He went to the tailed ones, but met the resurrected Uchiha and Itachi. Naruto, we have Madara here. Gaara, who pulled your tongue? Ineki. Pyotokage will take the fight. You have to help me defeat Itachi and Pain, otherwise they will get him and win. 17. Naruto was rushing towards Bai at full speed. The battle with Madara was taken by 5 Kage who arrived on the battlefield. All 5 squads defeated the enemies, half of Gaara's squad went to Darui. Since Inashikachu's team is needed against Ginkagu in the Kubi mode, Naruto got 2 by and, oddly enough, met Itachi with Nagato. Naruto. So we met again. We met with you. Itachi, exactly. Nagato. I didn't think I'd meet you again, Naruto. You've changed, judging by your clothes. Naruto. And you too, your hair sat. Probably Yahika got in the other world. Nagato. Yes, it's a pity that Konan also died in the battle with Matter. Naruto. I killed him, but he's only a member of the Uchiha clan. Uchiha Obito. Itachi. Obito. He was presumed dead. That's how. What's with Sasuke? Naruto? Your eternal Mangeki. Attack on the Council of 5 Kage. The murder of Danza. I didn't have time to apply the Katametsuki on him. He managed to escape from the battlefield. The real Madara is resurrected and has fun against Pitakaga. Itachi, use a Katametsuki on me, and I will stop this Tinsei. Nagato, and I seal it until I had something to say, as the control was completely. But attack Naruto. Or no one gave it to him on Itachi, since Naruto had already divided him in half and then applied Itachi with Katamatsuks. Itachi, with the help of Susan, sealed it inside the pumpkin with Tetsuka's sword. Itachi, I will stop Kabuto and dispel this tenshi. Sasuke will leave everything the same for you, Naruto. Don't let him go down the road of hatred and revenge. Goodbye, friend. Itachi immediately turned around and walked towards the lair of Kabuto. Naruto and Bai went onto all the tailings, and it took a couple of hours because of the speed of the Bai, but they were sealed, and a crumb of the 8-tailed and 9-tailed chakras, too. Madara also arrived, leaving the wounded Kage there as well. Itachi and Sasuke were able to stop this tenshi. Sasuke has now revived Orochimaru and decided to find out the whole truth about his brother, bringing the previous Hokage back to life. Naruto and B were joined by the entire alliance, and they fought against the 10-tailed one. Zetsu resurrected Madara. Kanaka. Basement of the ruins of a temple from the Uchiha clan. Orochimaru, with the help of the god of death, regained his hands, and also revived Hashirama Shinya, Tabirama Shinya. Hiruzen Sarutobi, Minato Namikaze. Tabirama. Orochimaru, you again. Hashirama. What do you mean again? Hiruzen, I took your hands away so you wouldn't use jutsu. But you brought them back, and revived all the dead Hokage. Orochimaru, that's not why we're here. You must answer the questions, Chi Sasuke. Tabirama. Uchiha, everything is clear. Sasuke. 3. It's true that Itachi was given the task to destroy the entire Uchiha clan. Hiruzen began to talk about everything, and after him, Shady Hokage joined in. He told about his life with Madara. After that, Sasuke thought and pondered, and Tabirama felt powerful chakras. Orochimaru. Madara revived, and that the war of the alliance shinobi is. Hashirama, Madara, Tabirama, that's who asked you to come up with this technique. You know that a match is not a toy. Tabirama, I'm not happy with being interrogated by Uchiha myself. I'm not even surprised. If you become a Hokage, then I'll fly to you with a Grobo and destroy you. Orochimaru, you can go and help the alliance. And what are we going to do, Sasuke-kun? Sasuke, I don't want my brother's sacrifice to be in vain. I will also help the alliance. Here everyone went instead of the battle. A Jubi bomb was flying towards everyone, and a blow was expected. Shinobi Stone, Datong Stone Wall. Naruto. Fuin Red Crimson Barrier. Two clones created a barrier and prevented the shot from passing through it. Naruto. There are too many small-tailed ones here. Ku. Kurama. Do what you want. Naruto began to transfer Kurama chakra to the entire alliance, and as soon as he finished, he decided to attack it himself with Rasenshi-Riki techniques. Naruto. Rasen Shuriken. As a result, with the help of clones, he threw more than 30 Rasen Shurikens and spent a lot of chakra. On this Chakrosatrid technique, he fell to one knee. Madara decided that this was his chance to get rid of him, and with the help of needles, Jubi directed to needles. Then Ino stood in front of Naruto. Naruto was powerless, but when there were a few meters left, he pushed her away, and himself came under fire. Both completely hid it. Madara. Finally, I'm going to take Kyuubi, he grinned angrily. Ino ran up to him, and put the guy's head on her lap. Eno. Naruto. Go away, Eno, give me a connection with Kage now. Eno tearfully gave him a connection, thinking he had a plan. Naruto, I ask if someone sees Yondami, who was resurrected with the help of Edetinsha, to pour the second part of the Kyuubi into me. Now the other part will be sealed. Eno disconnected the connection and still sat crying. Go away. Eno, I won't leave, I'd rather die with you. Then Neji ran up to them and took Ino, who still didn't want to leave. Madara, with the help of chains, began to pull out the Kyuubi, although there is a seal on it, but against 10 Kvastev. It could not stand. Uzumaki's lifeless body lay further away. Madara, what did Zetsu learn? Zetsu. The alliance has a headquarters. It is necessary to destroy it so that it does not give further instructions. And then destroy them. He pointed to the alliance. Madara? So be it. Madara, controlling Jubi, sent Tail's bomb to the headquarters. Those who were there managed to say the last words. Madara decided to destroy their hope. Namely Naruto, and he did not die completely. Eno. No, Kakashi was holding her. Let go. Kakashi. It's pointless to run to him, he died Eno. Naruto can't be saved anymore. Jubi fired a tailed bomb at Naruto, but Minato Namikaze managed to pick him up himself. Minato, I'm not late. Kakashi-sensei, Naruto, him. Minato. I know, I felt that there was no Kyuubi chakra, and it was sealed. Then all the hackers appeared in front of the alliance. Hiruzen. Minato, you're fast as always. Tabarama. Fourth. You're even faster than me. Hashirama. Let's start our business. Madara, I've been waiting for you, Hashirama. Now no one will interfere with our fight. He shouted, standing on a mountain in front of everyone. Hashirama, I'll take Madara on myself and cover. Send clones for the red-crimson barrier. Hiruzen. Minato, help your son, we'll manage on our own. Minato, I'll send a clone with you. Kakashi, cover me while I pour the Kyuubi chakra into him. Kakashi, got it. Eno, Sakura, stay close to the fourth. In case Naruto comes back to life, then cure him. The entire alliance was surrounded by Yondami, who began sealing the Kyuubi. They were also joined by Orochimaru and Sasuke with their team Taka. Sasuke went ahead against Madara. It was his mistake. Madara pierced him in a rolled-up Sasuke. Now he was lying like a corpse on the ground. Naruto found himself in the mountains and walked forward. Naruto. Where am I? I'm dead. Then 11 people in armor came out in front of him. 1. We've been watching you since you were born. 2. You fought for the protection of our world as our last descendant. You are bravely ready to sacrifice yourself for the sake of all your comrades and friends. 5. A warrior who is worthy of our strength. Remember, you can't get it. Only you can earn it. 11. And now come to us, we will give you all our strength. The last 12 assassins are all hope for you. Then all the assassins stood in a circle and surrounded Naruto. Each of them took a different one seal and directed his hand at Naruto. Naruto felt a surge of strength, and his body was covered with a new armor, and on his hands was a sword. Then they disappeared, and he found himself in front of Rikuta. Haguruma. No wonder you're here. Naruto. Rikuta Sinin. Haguruma. You've changed since our last meeting. Did what happened in that future affect you? Naruto? Yes, Sasuke is here. Haguruma. He attacked Madara without knowing anything, and ended up on the verge of death. But he is now being treated by Orochimaru, whom he resurrected. You are being treated by the one you protected by sacrificing yourself. I'm glad to see the last assassin in person. Naruto, you know I'm wearing a Haguruma. Armor that no one will break through. I will give you the power of Ashura, as well as the power of the tailed ones that remained inside me. You know their names already. I didn't tell Reincarnation of Indra about you and what you're moving through time. I thought it was a personal matter, and I won't meddle in your affairs. Having received the power of Ashura, you are given my second Rinnegan. Your friend Naruto has won. It's good that Haguruma is coming now. Your father sealed kurama into you. Now there is a fight of made a guy with the help of the 8 gates of death against Madara, who absorbed Jubi, and became the Jinchuriki of 10 Kvastev. There is power in you, the power of the great assassins that lived before the appearance of the earth. It's time for you. Sasuke has already come back to life, it's time to receive a gift from his. Naruto did not understand and, opening his eyes, found himself in the arms. Naruto, I have to go. Thank you, Dad, for the kurama. Madara, I almost died, you bastard. Now I'm going to let you die with pleasure. Madara threw the sphere at Guy, but Naruto sent it back with a kick. Madara, he just touched the sphere. Naruto. Gai-sensei. Naruto put his hand on his chest, this brought him back to life. Since he was near death, laying him on his back, he took him to his uncomprehending father, and no Sekui. Naruto, look after him. Naruto turned to Madara, giving an overview of the new eyes. Well, Madara, are you ready? Madara, this is not an easy drawing. This is a Rinnegan, and there is a kind of Byakugan on the right eye. Naruto? Nothing will interfere with our fight now. Naruto entered the Sage mode, and it turned out that the power that was passed down by his ancestors had also awakened. Endless physical possibilities. The ability to influence attraction and repulsion. Its speed exceeds the speed of light, and this is only optional. Very high durability. The bomb won't even touch the tailed one. Infinite chakra. A sword that can destroy anything and can destroy planets. Sucking out anything. The ability to control lightning, like Thor in Ragnarok. In short, Naruto is many times stronger than Madara in the 10-tail mode. Naruto attacked Madara at great speeds and let her fly a whole kilometer with one blow. He was immediately behind him and struck again. After that, he pulled him towards him. Naruto, it's time to finish, I don't need games. Naruto pierced his neck with a hidden blade. Madara, of course, did not die, but Naruto began to suck out all the tailed ones. As a result, Madara fell down like a lifeless corpse. He couldn't carry out the plan. All the people watching were in huge shock. After all, Naruto just easily defeated Madara and sucked out all the tailed ones. Sasuke was angry that Naruto was stronger than him, although they did not arrange a fight. Naruto, we have nothing to fight for, Sasuke. Sasuke, do you think you can beat me? Naruto, yes, but Katamatsuki. Genjutsushi Sui is superimposed on Sasuke to protect the leaf. Naruto, although he received all the power of his ancestors, but he cannot direct them to concentrate. Therefore, it was risky to fight, and he would accidentally kill Sasuke, since his strength is infinite. Naruto approached his father, who was standing next to all the Hokage and Kage that Orochimaru had cured. Naruto, you will return to the afterlife. Minato, son, you've grown up to be a good guy. Naruto, tell Mom and Shinsi that everything is fine with me. Minato will do, I almost forgot. Happy birthday to you, Naruto. That's it. Happy birthday to Naruto Uzumaki. After the war, everything returned to its place. All 5 great countries were indebted to the hero of the 5 nations, Uzumaki Naruto, who won the war. Comment to 17. I probably made it to embedded, yes. 18. It's been a year and a half since the war. Today Konohamaru Saratubi stood in front of Sakura. Sakura? Naruto, Eno, congratulations on the wedding. Konohamaru pointed at Sai, who was standing silently. Sai, say something. Sai, what can I say? Think about it. Sakura. In a week, Naruto and Inu's wedding will already begin. And we're still walking. They didn't even prepare a gift. Shikamaru and Chaji have long been prepared for a restaurant ticket and a honeymoon ticket. And I, like a lakushka, walk here. Shanra, she hit a tree that was nearby, and both guys ran away. Naruto was now very busy with the wedding, and with the help of Shikamaru and Tsunade, they began to prepare everything. And the knife was engaged in decoration, and Shizune helped her with might and main. Kakashi became the new Hokage, who was persuaded by Naruto, saying that if he refused, he would not see his books. Now all their friends were preparing gifts. One fine day, Kakashi walked down the road, and Ino walked past him. Hatake himself, thoughtfully, did not notice her. Eno. Kakashi-sensei. Hatake turned his head towards her. Ino looked quite different. Ponytail, she put on her purple shirt, long skirt. Kakashi. Ino, I'm sorry, I didn't notice how Naruto was. Ino. Naru is fully engaged with the wedding. I'm coming from a jewelry store and made an order. Kakashi. Clearly. Well, okay, bye, it's time for me to check out. Eno. See you later, she bowed and left. The same evening, Iruka was sitting at home and pondering Naruto's congratulations at the wedding. There was a knock on his door. Opening it, he saw a tall blonde man. Dark jacket, white t-shirt and black pants. And on the head of the bandana, the left eye had a Rinnegan, and Naruto closed the view on it. Iruka. Naruto, what are the fates? Naruto? It's been a long time since Iruka-sensei. I have a request for you, how to say something. Iruka, please. Naruto, yes, I want you to be at the wedding instead of my father. Iruka almost fell to his knees. He was surprised that Naruto was saying this to him. And all because Iruka was like a caring brother to Naruto. Although they saw less of each other for several years, he was one of the first to recognize and support him. Now Iruka couldn't stand it and burst into tears. After all, it is such an honor to be a father at the wedding of Naruto Uzumaki himself, who eventually founded the Order of Assassins in Kano, and not only the last 12 assassin, the last member of the Uzumaki clan, as well as its head, the hero of the whole world, the child of prophecy, and it is also believed that he is the new Rikuda Shin. Iruka, it will be an honor for me to come to your wedding. Naruto, thank you, Iruka-sensei, he bowed. Iruka, why are you bowing? I should. See you later, said goodbye and ran home. The wedding day. All of Naruto and Inu's friends were at the wedding. On the side were Shikamaru and Temari, both holding hands. Hinata. Strange, did Shikamaru-kun start dating Temari-san? Sigh. What about us? He held her hand and smiled. Sasuke stood silently with Sakura. Katamatsukumasu and Naruto deactivated, as the topic itself understood everything and decided to be like his brother. Protect the village from the shadows and is going to go on a journey with Sakura. Naruto and Ino stood in front of everyone, holding hands. The wedding was perfect, and then they kissed in front of the audience. After that, long congratulations began. Niji offered to drink, but was scolded by Tenten. After 5 years, Naruto was standing on the street. It was winter. And they lived in a spacious house. Eno sat and sewed a scarf for a loved one. Then 2 miracles ran out on Naruto and asked him to play. Both of them threw their father on the snow and climbed on top. Eno, who was watching, followed. Ino, Namina, Inota, Ono calmed down. Then Snow flew from her daughter to her. Well, stick with us, now mom will ask you. The whole family started throwing snow. Konoha's dungeon. There were torches and hooded men. Naruto stood on a high place and looked at everyone. There is an eagle symbol behind it. A young man with dark hair approached him. Naruto, Konohamaru, we have dedicated our lives to peace and its prosperity. Once upon a time, our ancestors protected our world from hatred and evil. We take an oath to protect not only the village, but also our planet. Konohamaru bowed and stood in a row with all the hooded people. Naruto. When others blindly follow the truth, remember. That's it. Nothing is true. Naruto. When others are limited by morality or the law, remember. That's it. Everything is allowed. Naruto, and that's it. Nothing is true. Everything is allowed. We are assassins. Everyone bowed before Naruto.